result here would be huge. So plan on that.
You have a lot in your favor to do it. So congratulations and good luck. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Raquel. A man, a few words. Lets his surfing do the talking. But it's
pretty decent
great.
surfer, yeah.
You think?
I think pretty
right.
decent. Yeah, it's all right. Makes every board looks good.
Yeah, Ethan is a generational talent. I mean, he is going to be the guy that is, you know, always going to be on every other elite surfer's name as, you know, it's cliche, but like your favorite surfer's favorite surfer.
Yeah.
But it's true. Ask anyone. Marco Mignot now trying to catch up what Yago has done. This wave a little slower in tempo. Could get some action on the inside, goes for the backside reverse, but goes down.
That's a little mistake. A wave kind of looked like he had something, but it kept tapering off and kind of running away from him. Unfortunately for Marco.
Maybe a little bit overly patient, because that was only his third wave ridden.
Yeah.
Interesting. There
and
was so much happening. I didn't really realize. Okay, it's fourth wave, but still.
He's actually a very active surfer. Like, he's usually on a lot of waves. Free surf everywhere. Like, he's always riding, not overactively, but always sniffing, you know? He's good in everything pretty much. He's good in backside, front side, good in the air, both ways. So he sees a lot of opportunity in the ocean. And this heat just, maybe because he's against Yago, he knows he kind of needs to be in the better waves.
Well, I feel like Yago's still cruising, so if I'm Marco, I'm trying to click into a different gear. And you can tell he's being aggressive on the waves he's riding. You know, I feel like that 6.83 was a pretty good start for him. With Yago sitting on a 6.5 and a 6.0, he's actually in a really good position. So we see Miguel flying down the line. Beautiful tail slide, regains control after being a little bit out of control, which I think the judges like. You put yourself right on the edge. But he is so sure-footed.
The guy's 35, and he feels like every year he comes back looser.
Yeah.
Like, how does that work? WD-40 to the max. Beautiful. Blowtail right there for him.
He's so you can just tell he's just so naturally gifted.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to go to the gym because he has 4 kids, so he's constantly
carrying people over. Oh, that's so true.
I saw his whole family up there yesterday. Beautiful family. He's got a lot to surf for sure. As we see Yago now, looks like Yago's amplifying things now. Always comes through with that killer layback slash. Gets that finish. The drums are drumming. The hoots and hollers are coming.
That's a little second gear skip to fourth and fifth.
You could tell, right? Right when he stood up, he kind of went, like,
it's time.
Clicked it in.
Because he kind of needs it. Like, it's a sketchy, he doesn't have the best score of the heat. It's a sketchy situation. Having not improved, doors are wide open for Marco. And right here, he's definitely going to apply more pressure. Still, Marco's in rich for it, but that was incredible surfing from Yago.
Yeah, I can't believe how fast time has gone by for this Dora. I mean, Yogi, you know, we of course expected fireworks throughout. And so far, it's been Yago Dora coming through with the biggest scores for the fastest, best surfing. That last wave, quick reaction from the judges, 8.50. You know, he mixed up his maneuvers down the line. It was kind of like a skate line, right? Big fins-free blaster, and then that trademark patented Yago Dora layback slash with the kind of power finish at the end. I'm totally good with that score.
And he's creating acceleration in sections that people are having just to do a normal carve. He's actually leaning towards it, and that's all because of the critical bottom turns that he have, how he supports himself to do the exchange on top. And here, massive opening turn for Callum.
Callum blasts the tail on his first turn. Looks like he's hunting an inside section, waiting for this wave to materialize in front of him. Clean finish. Most of that score is going to be from that opening turn. Super powerful backhand hook. Inside of 8 minutes now for Dora and Mignot. That just made things a lot tougher for Marco. You know, Yago protected himself because you were right. He was in a precarious lead. You know, if you're sitting on 2 6s and your competitor has a 6.8, which kind of was the case 2 minutes ago, That's sketchy. But then when you back it up with an 8.5, all right, now he is in complete control of this heat.
And that's all went down on that wave that he got, the 3.5. That didn't turn out to be that good. We see Blue here, bam, buckets off that first turn. Wave tapers off, but he's on the heat without priority, so you have maximized the opportunity you got in front of you, mostly because it's been a bit slow the last few minutes, and he's going to finish it off strong. So good surfing. Best wave of the heat so far for surfing Blue, Callum.
That was cool.
And here we see Iago. Look at those bottom turns. Look how he engages that rail to support him to do the exchange of the rail on top of the lip, creating acceleration. It's really second to none, and that's what's the point of difference that he's getting on top of most surfers on tour right now.
Yeah, and if anybody wants to argue that score, I got 3 words for you. Speed, power, flow.
I'll add a 4th one, variety as well.
There you go.
So
thank you.
Can't really do. You could have surfed that wave much better than that.
I don't think so. I mean, and that was really cool.
I couldn't, that's for sure.
You and I put together.
We could not. If we were born again, we couldn't.
I'd love to be Iago just for a day. In waves
one
like
wave,
this. That'd
one
be really
wave.
fun. So 6:15 left. Iago having a look. Such clean conditions. Exactly what we could hope for. Here we go. I mean, a little messy on the start. He knows that wave's not going to be an 8.18, so he gets out of there. But I think the memo was well received by everyone in this generation. Everything starts with a good bottom turn. And we saw it with Iago right here. I mean, it's hard not to watch all the radical maneuvers he's doing off the lip, but it all starts with the bottom turn.
You can't have a good turn without a good bottom turn. So it needs to be done.
You know who I think really started that deep bottom turn trend was Adriano de Souza.
Yes, that's true.
One of the, I'd say the best bottom turn in the history of surfing. And look, we can argue about that all day, but watch the tapes and you'll see it. GWM recap.
And that's the support. Look, the support he creates to have control of the rail when he comes up on the lip of the wave. So it creates so much acceleration and dynamic to the maneuver. Great angles for Iago. Good surfing. Excellent surfing.
Yeah, he is a force to be reckoned with. He's going to give way to Marco.
Marco's sketchy, though.
Oh, yeah. I mean, any one big section, and Marco can make it happen. As we see Miguel flying down the line into the closeout section. But you saw that little bit of, I don't want to say panic just yet, but how Marco was paddling for that wave and then looked around like he's starting to feel the pressure right now as time's flying away from him. 4 minutes, 35 seconds to go.
That looks like a great wave for Miggy. We missed probably that first turn. Ooh. Nice down the line. Powerful, calm, finish it off strong. Great way to answer back and great time to answer back from Colin Robinson.
And Miguel, you know, obviously drawing inspiration from little bro. Sammy, what is he, 6 years older than Samuel?
I would say
something
much more.
Something like that.
I'm gonna say 9, almost 10.
Okay.
What's Sammy's age?
I am probably the worst person at math on this entire beach.
Yeah.
So you're barking up the wrong tree.
Makes it the two of us.
I'm more of a word guy myself. Luckily, they put the scores nice and clear on this screen so we can give you that information. Sammy's 25 years old.
Miggy's 35, so 10 years.
Okay.
I mean, I think I'm 33. He must be 35, 36.
Luckily, our producer's really good at math.
He's
really
know.
Smart.
What is that again? 25, 35?
I was letting you say it. Iago Dora now has entered the top 5 wave conversation with an 8.50, tying for the top spot with Leo. Jiao right there with an 8.17, Sammy with an 8.17, Toledo with an 8-point ride.
But let's look back just at, I mean, they're going to probably catch a wave, so I should just be quiet and watch it.
And up the beach, it's going to be Dora. Deep bottom turn, slashing carve, building speed and momentum. There's that layback with the carve. A 2-for-1 there for Iago. Stall, just having fun. When he gets the freedom to do whatever he wants, that's when the biggest things happen. And even though that was such a great looking wave, he's already sitting on an 8.5 and 6.5. It could be somewhere in that 6.5 range. He's throwing away 6s and 4s. He's doing a great job.
He is, definitely is. Once again, just a nice bottom turn into a beautiful half carve. This one, starting with a layback, transitioning with that body torque to a beautiful turn, very powerful, and the wave just dissipates. He's trying to kind of keep himself in and see if there's anything extra, but not this time. This is a beautiful setup for the second turn. Notice how he's gonna start with that back arm to the back of him, and then he twists it, so he gives him support to start twisting halfway through the turn and create the acceleration and the power. Back arm supports, starts twisting.
Bro's been listening to Olivia Newton-John, getting physical out there on these waves.
Yes.
Banco do Brasil, 2-minute warning is upon us. Dora well into the lead with an 8.5 and a 6.5. His last wave will come through as a non-factor, 5.83. Vigneault still in the conversation, but needing a big score. It would have to be the second best wave in this heat, an 8.18. He's got 1 minute and 35 seconds left, but he does have priority. And I will never, ever count Marco Vigneault out. Guy's a weapon. And he has that ability to, you know, in case of emergency, break glass and do something wild style. I've seen it so many times already in his short career on the championship tour. Was the rookie of the year for a reason. 1 minute left. You see him steaming up the beach. Here comes Iago, keeping him honest. And we got a wedge. Here we go. 1 minute left. Mark's gonna let this one go by. That did not have an 8.18 on it, in his opinion. 50 seconds left. Could be something else out the back. I love this view of the lineup. I mean, it looks so good, clean and fun from the beach, but gosh, it's got to be pretty confusing out there with so many different types of waves coming through.
Look at his side little hop that Miggy's eyeing it down somewhere.
Is this going to be a grower?
It looks like. He's seen it.
Uh-oh. Miggy's looking for the ramp. Layback. Carve. Jammer.
What a vision, huh?
So cool.
That's some very good
that was
instinct.
A 1 foot wave when he paddled into it. It grew to head high, and it kind of sent him ricocheting down the line. Here goes Dora again. Whoa! Wave trying to get up in his grill.
That was a good wave. He was just a little bit behind, which unfortunately for Callum, that might have been a 7-point ride opportunity for Callum. But
Fans
he had
are going
priority.
wild. Yeah, that was how you shut the door. So Iago comes out swinging. 8.50 and a 6.5 for a nice and tidy 15-point total and a victory. Give it up to Marco Vigneault. Put up a couple good numbers, but when Iago's in this type of form, he's nearly unbeatable, especially in waves like this.
Yep.
I mean, this is exactly what, you know, I would say, if you could kind of put Iago in any scenario, wave-wise, this is it. Ramps, perfect sections, beautiful lefts. And we will see more from Iago and Dora, and we've got more from Pupo and Robson. So don't go anywhere. The VIVO Rio Pro, presented by Cero, rolls on. We'll be right back. Welcome back, surf fans. It's the VIVO Rio Pro presented by Cero. We might as well call it the Iago Dora Pro because he just put on a clinic. Big show for the fans on the beach and, of course, for all of you out there watching. Iago show's awesome. And anytime we see him in waves like this, big things will happen. I'm Chris Cote. I'm with Jesse Mendez. And we're excited for a lot of reasons. We just got to watch Yago rip, and we just got a fresh delivery of Mana Poke. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
We might go take a nap after this.
Well, the hard part is I just have to stare at this now for the next 17 minutes before our break. But this will be here for me and for you when we're ready. So thank you so much to Mana Poke. We're being treated very well here in the booth, and we appreciate it so much. Chris, Jesse. And we're going to get back to the action here because there's fireworks happening in front of us in Saquarema. You've got Miguel Pupo and Callum Robson locked in a duel. Miguel is on top for now, the 6-5. Callum has a 5 as his high mark. So you'll notice that we only have 2 surface in the lineup. That's because after this, we're going to flip the script and we're going to head on over to the women's quarterfinals. Yeah, you heard me right. Day 2 of action. We're already in the women's quarters. That's why I love these overlapping heats. It's like a freight train. As we see now, Miguel coming around a big section. There it was, a potent combination. Deep bottom turn straight up into a laser sharp whipping turn into the end section. That's a statement for Miguel. That is a huge momentum push. Both of those turns, radical. The first one,
the acceleration he got off that bottom turn was incredible.
We got to check his board. He might have a little jet hidden. He's always been known as such a fast surfer, but that was kind of some next level stuff right there.
That really was next gear. Kind of a mediocre wave as well. Just starts bumping down the line, identifies that section in front, and right here, look how even the board started to chatter a bit, like started to almost lose it from how much speed he got off of it and finished off pretty strong. Almost felt like he was not going to come out clean and came out pretty clean and solid.
That was a really tough end section to hit. This first turn though, lip sliding, and so his nose went underwater and somehow he just easily makes the adjustments, comes out clean, pure flow, adds some power to the end of the wave. He had to fight to stay on his board a few times on that wave, but you could barely tell. You know, he's got so much style and flow that even when he kind of makes mistakes and has to recover, he hides it.
And that's all because he noticed the wave was smaller. He already has a backup of 5.43, so he had to push that much harder in order to extract as much points as he could off that wave. And it looks like he will, because that first turn was massive and the finish was massive as well.
Well, I think the score is going to be as well. That's right, 7-3-3 for Pupo. So he is now firmly in the lead with 14:40 to go. We got to thank this guy. The Yago show was awesome. Yago Dora on the glass now at the Cal.
Yeah, guys, Yago is on fire again, and so is the crowd cheering for him. Yago, congratulations on this win. It was really amazing. You actually brought the highest score of the day, tying to Leo Fioravanti. Walk us through that wave.
Yeah, I saw that was a really good wave, had a lot of potential, and the beginning of the heat, we didn't get many of the bigger sets. We were getting kind of smaller waves, and as soon as the wave popped up, I knew it was a special wave, and I think I surfed it pretty well. The first turn was really important to start big, and then finish with 2 nice turns. So yeah, I didn't really know how it looked from the sand, but I guess it looked good.
It looked really good. Now em português, Iago, conta um pouquinho pra gente. Eu imagino que seja maravilhoso assim ver o carinho, mas é porque realmente está sendo muito bom ser seu fã.
Tô feliz demais, né? Sempre fui abraçado aqui por Saquarema, desde aquela primeira vez que eu vim. E, sempre tive uma conexão especial, não só com essa onda, com esse lugar, mas com a galera que vem pra praia também. Essa energia me alimenta e feliz de estar aqui mais um ano.
Para ver essa conexão nos resultados. Parabéns, boa sorte, a gente ama te assistir. Thank you very much. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Raquel. And yeah, parabéns, congratulations, Yago Dora. Basically doing Yago Dora things right there. I don't think he was worried for a second. And I'm not going to say he cruised to victory, because he did have to put in a lot of effort on the waves he surfed, but you could just tell, I mean, when Yago's on, he's on. And he's going to be really hard to beat. And this happened right when that interview started. This is Callum powering down the line on his backhand.
Great surfing, not so much curve and hollowness to that wave to keep that score up, but he surfed it very well, and he's probably thinking, what's going on right now? I just let a small wave go by. My opponent gets a 7.33, so I need to do something special here. He surfed very well. He's on rail, he's powerful, but just the wave lacked a little bit of intensity. And it's keeping that score short.
Well, Callum's using his time in the spotlight really wisely these days. You know, I watched his rise when he first made the championship tour a few years back, and when he re-qualified again in 2026. You know, I feel like he came in with just more personality. You know, I feel like he's doing some really cool things on social media. You know, he's kind of giving surf tips, and it's actually really helpful. And for anyone out there who wants to surf better, follow Callum on Instagram. He did a recent tutorial about bottom turns and how to kind of put your hand in the face of the wave, and it's really cool. I like to see his personality show, and I like that he has flipped the script on a lot of us who pretty much thought of him as just that pure power surfer who just buries his rail and pushes through his turns. Again, his biggest finishes, his Hail Mary airs has been the difference maker. And when you do that big, quote, Hail Mary air, like 6 times, it shows that it's no fluke, and he's got those on lock. So he has become the complete package, power and progression. And he's going to make this a little bit more even. So he's got a pair of 5s, the last one being 5.37. Miguel, though, kind of starting to be on a different level. 7.33 for his last wave. Pairs that with a 6.50. He's encroaching into the mid-teens currently with a 13.83 total. Callum now needs an 8.46. I think it's time to blast one. Peaks up the beach. 10:45 to go.
He's almost feel like he's trying to position himself a little bit more towards the right. Maybe mix it up, try to go to the air, which has been working for him, like you mentioned, Chris. Or maybe that very deep left that swings underneath and too far for Miggy.
It's getting loud down here, Jesse.
It is. It's just will get louder and louder.
Excitement is building.
I mean, we do have Miggy now. We have Lulu coming up in a few heats. And we have a great sunset. Look at how beautiful the day is.
Yeah, it's pretty much the dream day here in Saquarema. So would you say that this is one of the prime vacation destinations for people in Rio, for surfers and just beachgoers in general?
I feel like if you're thinking about beach and surfing, yeah, this definitely is.
Here we go. You said it. Looking for a right-hander. Callum's first turn was decent, and he sees a ramp into the air, and it's like he's listening to us right now.
All of a sudden, right?
He made that look so easy. Trust us when we say it is not. There was a lot happening on that wave. He powered through it, bust the air, tail high. So Callum Robinson now playing some catch-up. Miguel Pupo is in the lead, but that air right there kind of silenced the beach, right? You felt a little bit of a tempo change. You know, I'm not sure it's going to be the complete 8.46 that he needs, but he's going to be one step closer to potentially flipping this heat.
And that's over surfing a wave. Like, that wave did not have much in offer. There's a critical section at the end. He started off with a nice carve, and all of a sudden he knows he has to go big, and boom, landed a very decent, super crunchy landing section. Air reverse for Callum Robinson. And he started to put in a different gear because he knows he needs to, and Miggy's up and riding on a beautiful left.
Yeah, Miggy's just on an island of his own. Another perfect left-hander for this silky smooth Brazilian superstar. It never gets old.
It does.
It really never gets old. That last turn was just so sharp.
And then if you look back, he had the 6.5. He's thinking that, like, he took off on that 6.5, did 2 pretty solid turns, but nothing special. Didn't push overly hard. So this one he took off and he already knew he had to go big.
Check this out. The pageantry has begun as we enter the women's quarterfinals. This is where we start to do bigger things in terms of presenting these surfers to the audience, both on the beach and for you at home. A huge heat. The ultimate rookie going up against the ultimate veteran, a future world champion going up against a 3-time world champion in Chris Moore. And I can't wait for the women's quarterfinals to start. Quarterfinal heat number 1, Carissa Moore versus Tia Zabrowski. And everyone is just stuck to the beach right now because they know we're about to watch the future of surfing, the present, the past, everything coming together in the span of one heat. In this heat right here, I feel like we're in for something special. This is a heat that could potentially be remembered for a long time for a list of reasons. I mean, we saw a huge emotional finish between these two surfers on the Gold Coast. You had tears on both sides. So remember where you were, 140. Well, this is going to be going out around 145. But anyway, remember where you were when you saw this Carissa Moore versus Tia Zabrowski quarterfinal heat. Because it's going to be awesome. Or your money back. It's free to watch.
It's free to watch.
You know what I mean. 6:45 left. Miguel Pupo in the lead, but that score comes through for Callum. It's a 6.47. So now he's looking at a much more manageable score of a 7.49. He's going to stick to his guns on the right. So these guys are kind of just splitting the peak here. And it's got to be scary when you leave Miguel Pupo over on this left. But here we go for fans watching on YouTube. Those streams will stop at the end of this round 3 for men. A new live stream will start for the quarterfinals and beyond. For everyone in Brazil, coverage will continue exclusively on worldsurfing.com, the WSL apps, and Globo Play. For those of you watching in the US, coverage will continue exclusively on worldsurfleague.com, the WSL apps, and ESPN Plus. So if you haven't installed the WSL app on your big screen TV,
make sure you do.
Yeah, go ahead and do that during the break. It might be on your phone, maybe on your computer. Either way, we're going to be off YouTube and onto the apps. So get over there in 5 minutes, 42 seconds. You're not going to want to miss a second of women's quarterfinal action. Impact at every turn. And of course, title ramifications on the line for these surfers. You know, even though we're not halfway through the championship tour, you can bet that this is where the title race begins. As we see Miguel Pupo now, deep bottom turn, slicing it off the top, up and into it.
That was dramatic.
It's like his feet are just glued to his board.
I know, he went through the lip of that second turn, almost missed time, but made it look even more dramatic than it probably would have been.
That was...
And he sticked to it, like you mentioned,
cool.
glue on the foot.
His whole family's up there watching. Doesn't look like they're too stressed out now. He's got a pretty big lead. Under 5 minutes to go left. Callum Robson needs a 7.50. Ooh, Callum's got a bomb to work with here. Big swooping cutback.
He's gonna go big.
Little stall, looking for the ramp. Callum, oh no!
That thing drained under him. Did you see how it bottomed out?
Straight, it went dry.
Yeah.
The sand literally started pulling. He's standing up right here. I mean, look at this wave gurgling. Barely room to duck dive. That was insanity. Watch, watch right in front of him. This thing goes dry sand.
He was on his way. It looked like you could tell that he had to go big. And then all of a sudden it's going to bottom out under him and he pulls in the barrel without the board.
He may have got lucky there, because if you try and air in that section, it's dangerous.
Yep.
Callum still has 4 minutes left. That wave did not take a lot of time off the clock, as he was basically up and out quick. Could have another option on his way back out. I liked what we were seeing there, though, with the little stall. We knew it was about to happen. Adriana de Souza, one of the all-time greats. And now a super coach. And proof is in the pudding, right? Everyone that Adriana's coached so far has had success.
There you go. Telling him to get close to Callum. That's the sign that he's doing right there. Wide arms, putting them together.
And it helps
for you to get close to your
when your pit crew has a recognizable whistle as well.
That helps, huh? Because there's a lot of noise happening.
Everything helps. 3 minutes to go. Miguel trying to play defense. I mean, I don't even think these guys have said hello to each other in the lineup. They've been so far apart the whole time. Time's ticking away. Callum thinks he has an angle here. Gonna fade to the right. Big bash to start. This wave pretty bumpy, but here we go. Driving down the line with speed. Gets the ramp. Can he whip it around? He does. Callum Robson looking for a 7.56. Showing us in the span of one wave that he's got it all. Power snap to start. Easily throws the front side air 360. Reverts around in the flats. No problem for Callum. It's a pretty cool wave.
That was a very cool wave. I feel like this snap here came out better than he ordered. And then right here, it seems like he was going to get a good air section, but you see that backwash hit it a little bit too early before the wave was breaking, and then he made the wave look, lose a little bit of speed and criticalness. He still did great, but I don't see that coming into 7.56 that he needs.
Yeah, it came through to 5.70, so it was a cool air, a little bit lateral. I mean, super hard to do. But the judges showed him appreciation. The only problem there is, you know, if that backwash, I mean, this is a split second difference. If the backwash hit right when he hit the lip, I mean, that could have launched him straight up and far, and that could have been a totally different score. Full credit, though, for the attempt and
Both
the completion.
Both surfers are ripping on this heat.
Yeah, this has been super fun to watch, and each with 9 waves ridden. So again, with a minute and 15 seconds, if you're watching on YouTube, you know where to go. Flip it over to the WSL apps. In the US, ESPN Plus. If you're here in Brazil, Globo. Personally, I like to put it up on my big screen in the living room and open my computer so I can watch my fantasy team just crumble in front of my own eyes as I see the action fold in front of me. 53 seconds left. Miguel in control with priority, and now they're nice and friendly. These guys haven't even looked at each other throughout the span of this heat, but now they're real close. Miguel, of course, ultimate veteran. He knows every trick in the book, and he doesn't really rely on tactics or paddle battling. Like, I don't remember seeing much of that from Miguel in the last decade since he's been on the championship tour. And I feel like we're seeing kind of a banner year for Miguel. I think this is the best we've seen him surf, the most consistent we've seen him surf. And he's done it in places that, you know, you wouldn't consider Bell's a spot that Miguel is going to shine, but boom, goes out there and rips. And then you look down the pipe, Tahiti, Fiji, Trestles, all places that you know Miguel's going to rip. So he's going to let Robson go on this one. Robson driving down the line. Bigger section, bigger air, gets the completion. Was it dynamic enough? The 7.46. I think he would be doing a little bit more celebrating if he thought so, but either way, great surfing from Callum Robson, but give it up to Miguel Pupo in front of his fans, friends, and family. Gets the edge, escapes, hard charging Callum Robson there. 7.33 and a 6.70, some brilliant forehand surfing on some beautiful waves for Miguel Pupo. And that's gonna be it for men's round 3. We're going to flip it over to the women's quarterfinals. You're not going to want to miss a second of the action. First up, Carissa Moore versus Tia Zabrowski. This has everything you want to see and more. 35 minutes will be on the clock for these quarterfinals, and they'll be coming up right after this quick break. You're watching the VIVO Rio Pro presented by Cero. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
For over 50 years, surfing has lived at the edge. Risk, rivalry, icons. Legends shape the culture.
Look at this wave.
The fearless rewrote the rules. Progression isn't given, it's earned. In split seconds, on the biggest stage, under impossible pressure, a new world champion, harnessing nature, 50 years deep. And when it's on, nothing comes close.
Celebrating what's next, celebrating 50 years of championship tour surfing and celebrating Miguel Pupo. He's been having quite a year. After 14 years on the championship tour, Pupo into the quarterfinals. He'll be in quarterfinal number 4 versus Iago Dora. Incredible stuff from Miguel Pupo. And speaking of quarterfinals, quarterfinal number 1 for the women. It is a battle of the generations. Carissa Moore coming up against Tia Zabrowski. What a matchup, and what a way to cap off this day with our women's quarterfinals. It's Kaipo Guerrero, Maida Pops, as well as Strider Wazalewski on the call here. And I've been waiting for this quarterfinal, looking forward to it, because this should be an incredible matchup. They've matched up earlier this year with Carissa Moore taking the win over Tia Zabrowski in a very, very close match. Tia, who's been on a roll here, Maida, may have a chance, has a chance of getting Carissa back.
Yeah, for sure. Tia has been ripping here in Brazil. She beat Stephanie Gilmore, and after Lakey Peterson, and now with another veteran, Carissa Moore, what a chance she has.
Yeah, and Strider, to talk about veterans versus the next gen in the way of Tia Zabrowski, her first CT quarterfinal appearance. Tia Zabrowski, Carissa Moore. Carissa Moore won her first world title in 2011. And guess what, Strider? That was the year that Tia Zabrowski was born.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Oh, what?
Just wrap your head around that one. That is, that's why this is a battle for. I've been looking forward to this battle. Strider.
15 years old and on the main stage, and looking like in this event with no nerves.
Yeah.
You know, she's been on fire on the CS level. She's done everything she needed to do to get here. But since she's gotten on this stage, it's been a bit of a roller coaster.
Yeah.
So for her now to step up, let's see it.
Tia reminds me of a young Carissa Moore. Carissa, we just saw that graphic. 2 wins in this championship tour season so far. Back-to-back, Carissa Moore brought her CT win count up to 30 championship tour wins for the 5-time world champ. She's got nothing more to prove, but we want to keep on seeing Carissa rip, Maida.
Yeah, she has nothing to prove, but she keeps proving. Like to the 2 wins that she had just now, she's proving that she's really good. She's still so inspiring.
She's so inspiring, so relevant. You know who else is inspiring? You know who else is relevant? Miguel Pupo. On to another finals day. Let's hear from Miguel. He's with Manu.
Yeah, Kaipo, and as I said before, for me, this is your best season. And now you're doing this amazing job in front of your home crowd. How does that feel? Is it different to be winning in front of that people?
Yeah, it's definitely different. You know, before I felt a lot of pressure in Brazil. You know, I wanted to perform my best, and I got kind of nervous. And in the last few years, I kind of turned that around, and I feel more joy and more like pressure-free. So like last year, I went to the semifinals, and that gave me a lot of confidence to this year, and I want to go one better. Only a few steps away, but yeah, just happy with my surfing that I'm able to put heat together, you know, get a lot of waves and do the best surfing I can, so I'm pretty happy.
Great, now in Portuguese. Quando você pensa numa vitória aqui na frente dessa galera, eu acredito muito que quando a gente visualiza as coisas, elas são possíveis e você está no caminho certo. Como é que você se sente?
Ah, me sinto bem, né? Feliz de estar performando o meu melhor na frente da minha família, dos meus amigos. Esse ano tem sido um ano diferente, obviamente. Começar o ano com uma vitória dar uma confiança a mais, mas estou feliz de estar aqui. Nesse evento estou surfando por uma causa maior, estou surfando para o Surf for the Ocean, então toda onda que eu pego vai uma grana para ajudar a proteger as praias do Brasil, então é isso aí que eu estou fazendo, estou feliz.
Muito bom, parabéns, boa sorte. Back to you guys.
All right, congratulations to Miguel Pupo, and Miguel Pupo also on the way to the quarterfinals. Surf for the Ocean is his cause, and Tia Zabrowski on her first ride here. Looking down the line, the French Tahitian with a big snap to end, a paced approach from the CT rookie Maida, but a nice start.
Yeah, really nice start. She capitalizes until the end of this wave right there. And look, the wave looked pretty good. Snap off the top, got a little bit hanged right there, but good kept the flow, and then nice turns. The wave got a little small, but she finished strongly.
Strider, your thoughts on the start for Tia Zabrowski?
Just a warm-up. I feel like if that first turn could have been timed a little bit better, she would have been coming away with a better score. So I feel like you know, she's just going to go back to the drawing board. I don't think this wave is going to end up in the final two for her. I think this is going to just be a warm-up. It could have been if she would have been able to attack that first section the way she was looking to, but I think the backwash got the better of her.
Red Bull jet ski ride back out for Zabrowski as we wait for the score, and the score comes in at 4.83, so just a mid-range score.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully this score would not count in the end of this heat, but it's good to put your feet on the wax, start things off, like just try to push a little bit more Carissa more, because now she has to catch her first wave.
Yeah, well, we're down to the quarterfinals for both the men and the women, starting off with this women's quarterfinals as we look forward to the pathway to a title here at the VIVO Rio Pro presented by Corona Cero. And we'll take a look at that bracket right now. The Riachuelo finals bracket here, starting off with this great battle between ages Carissa Moore versus Tia Zabrowski. Next up, Nadia Arostave against a two-time winner here in Saquarema, Katie Semmers. Gabriella Bryan's going to bring her power surfing to Caroline Marks. That's going to be some friendly fire for the folks set over at Lost. And to round it off with Luana Silva and Sawyer Lindblad. You got a favorite here, Strider?
Yeah, you know what? I want to see that Caitlin Simmers heat with Nadia. I think that's going to be something we've got a lot of style and finesse with Katie and Nadia with a powerhouse. And I feel like that's going to be a great juxtaposition between the two. So that heat right there is going to kind of piques interest for me.
Yeah, I like the lineup that we're seeing. And also, Maida, I'm liking the conditions that we're seeing this afternoon.
Yeah, everyone was talking about the conditions, how fun it is, how good it is right now, Itaúna. And now a totally different situations with not overlapping heats. They have like 35 minutes to find the best opportunities right there. I think we're going to see good surfing.
Look at how far apart the surfers are in the water right now. That's an interesting look at the lineup because, you know, there's opportunity up and down, but, you know, this is a lot of times surfers elect to surf next to each other if you have priority or not because you want to kind of have the same chance as your opponent. But right here, they look like they're far apart.
Yeah. Also, looking for a little bit of a tide push right now. It is 1:58 local time. We had a low tide of 1:40 this afternoon, so we just passed the low tide mark. Tide is going to start filling up for the rest of the quarterfinals as we end up the day here. So hopefully that incoming tide will give us a little bit of push out here. We know, though, Maida, that we have a declining swell as well.
Yeah, this was on the forecast, and sometimes with this low tide, just now, the ocean kind of gets a little flat for a few minutes. We hopefully with the push we see more opportunities, but can be a slow heat as well. So Tia Zabrowski with the first wave ridden, it's good for her.
Yeah, that is, Strider, an advantage for Tia at this time if we have, you know, some meager waves. And look at, you talked about the separation. Well, the wave just came to Tia Zebrowski, but no dice on that one. No harm, no foul. She'll remain in second priority.
I feel like it's a hard thing to do to let your opponent be so far away from you. I feel like that's giving you that's giving them the option of riding waves without you interfering or putting kind of a mental stress on them, or, you know, it's a heat. And just, to me, I'd want to be next to my opponent and kind of giving myself the same opportunities that they might have.
Yeah. Well, waiting for Carissa Moore to use her priority. You know, she's in the Lost camp. Strider, I think you're the original team rider over there at Lost. Do you have any idea of what Carissa's riding?
You know what? I am not positive, because Matt makes so many boards for her. It's crazy. I mean, absolutely insane.
More than you.
Yes, more than me.
Okay. Just checking. Just checking what the board. It's a busy factory over there, man. There's like half of San Clemente is at that
half
Lost
the women's tours over there.
Well, that's true, too. Really, when we look at the Surfboard Empire, you know, CT Shaper rankings, that is one thing we've never really touched on that hard, because your top two team riders, their finishes is how you get points this year, but it doesn't matter the gender. And on the women's side, Lost Mayhem is definitely the dominant brand. There's no question about that one.
Yeah, they've changed the rules for that like 3 different times, trying to make it fair. But Lost just seems to come around the corner.
Yeah. Hey, you guys, let's take a look at what happened on the Gold Coast between these two surfers at the Bonsoy Gold Coast Pro when Carissa and Tia were matched up. Super bank, little crumble, but still great performances on these long sand bottom point walls, Strider.
I mean, I feel like having the opportunity just to hit the lip 100 times is just a pleasure. I mean, the way that these waves line up for you and you could just go to work 4 days in a row, I mean, that is just unheard of when it comes right down to competition. And these ladies had the opportunity to just go to town. I mean, look at how hard you're snapping in the pocket right here, pushing water. I feel like this is the ultimate performance wave.
Yeah. And a couple of the ultimate performers. This was a highlight heat, Maida, between these two. They both pushed each other right to the limit.
Yeah, for sure. It was a very close heat, and Tia Zebrowski did a pretty great job. Look, Carissa got the score in the end. Almost wasn't believing. It was very emotional.
Yeah.
For both of them, actually.
Yeah. Tia had the lead, getting a hug from her dad, Gary, but it was the last wave that turned the heat for Carissa Moore. Encouraging words from the 5-time world champ to Tia Zebrowski, and that's really when Carissa's whole role started in the last couple events on the championship tour. Quick snap from Tia Zebrowski there, but I really feel at that Gold Coast Pro, that heat for there, that changed things for Carissa Moore. And that's when she got on a roll in the very next event over at Raglan, and then the very next event over in El Salvador. And now she seems almost unstoppable. So we'll see if the 15-year-old Strider can put up a roadblock for Carissa Moore.
Well, if anybody can, this young lady is, you know, I feel like she's getting fired up. Her confidence looks there. She looks really sure-footed in this heat. There hasn't been any wobble on her rides. It was just the little bit of backwash on her first wave. So I feel like if there's somebody that can get in the way, it's going to be a young lady like her. She's got so much power and technique at such a young age, and her heat IQ is insane for a 15-year-old.
Well, the judges ate up that one backhand snap like a sizzling picanha for Tia Zebrowski, 6.33. Big number for one turn.
Yeah, big number, but it was right in the pocket. Really fast turn, beautiful, critical point. That was it. Was enough for 6.33.
And that was under priority as well, just as a note. So that is, even though she's a rookie, that was some pretty high heat IQ right there to get that accomplished, Strider.
Well, I think we're gonna, you know, like to break it down, because this kind of surfing is like we were talking about, that what can stop Rissa. The way that she stabbed into the lip right there was really quick. And so for in transition, she comes up and she absolutely pushes the tail through the back of the wave. So in a critical section, gets out in front of it and jumps off so she can get back out into the lineup as fast as possible.
That was gnarly. That was like a Carissa Moore backhand snap done to Carissa Moore, against Carissa Moore. That looked all wrist right there with that whole technique. And, you know, Maida, that's got to be good news to Tia's ears when she hears that number for just one turn. Got to give her confidence.
Yeah, for sure. Like 15 minutes already passed by, and she's putting a lot of pressure on Carissa Moore that didn't take a wave until now. So, and she has a very good total there, 11.16.
I feel like, you know, Carissa Moore's one of those surfers too that has kind of been giving herself the back seat, but I feel like in this heat right now she has it.
Yeah, well, there you go. The season so far for Tia Zebrowski, this being her best result so far on her rookie year on the championship tour, making this quarterfinals. Does she want to equal fifth? Of course not. She wants to win this. She knows the winning feeling. She was winning on the Challenger Series. CT win for this 15-year-old would be huge for her confidence, huge for her career, and huge for her CT campaign as well. Carissa Moore on the move here, Maida.
Yeah, she needs to catch a wave. And you know what is interesting, Kaipo? Because Tia Zebrowski, she shined on the Challenger Series in right-handers mostly. And now in the championship tour, the best results were taken in left-handers, actually, because it was in New Zealand, and now here she's already in the quarters.
Yeah. Well, Rachel Apollonio seems to be all over this giant contest site. Let's see where Rachel's at right now. Rachel.
One more great options for people that needs to consume protein in this VIP area. I love this, seriously. Probiotica, they have 3 incredible flavors of whey protein, and they are serving all these shakes the whole day for us. And I just ordered one, strawberry. Obrigada, thank you very much. It's so good. I love it, and we can keep healthy and watch the competition the whole day.
That's healthy. Probiotica.
I've just went there and took mine. And
Did you? Did you get your shake?
Yeah. Lemon one.
Yeah. How was it?
Was good. It was really good.
Stronger right now?
Yes, for sure.
You got energy?
With all my protein.
Yeah, protein?
Yeah.
I saw you. You're coming out here just like beaming energy. It must have been the probiotica.
For sure.
That's what I've been missing out on. I'm going to get one right after this booth shift over here.
I don't know. You got a lot of energy, Kaipo.
This is true. Maybe just half a glass.
I don't know if we want too much. We don't want too much out of you.
Maybe just half a glass.
You might be floating on the seat over there.
But you need too much energy here in this town, in Saquarema, Kaipo, so no worries.
But these are long days.
Yeah, and this town demands energy too, so we got early mornings over here, boy.
Look at the beach. It's packed. It's beautiful. Yeah. White sand beach, clear water.
Lots of people, lots of good vibes.
Yeah, we're in a great place.
Not a bad day at the office, I would say. Yeah. Not a bad day at the office.
But Carissa in her office, it's time to clock in.
It's time
to punch the time card.
Yeah, exactly. It's about time.
Yeah, it's what I've mentioned. I mean, with this dead tie right now, can get really slow. And that's why I think the strategy that Tia went through was nice, just to get moving, try to get some opportunities.
And that 6, that's a keeper.
Yeah.
For sure.
Looks like we've got some lines on the way here. Carissa Moore paddling out to them, maybe a little bit interested. And this wave is not going to really formulate to something scoreable, I feel. Second wave of the set still looks like it's a bit lacking. But, you know, Strider, step 1 in surfing, you got to catch the wave.
Catch the wave, stay on your feet when you heat. That's it. But, you know, with Carissa, she's, I mean, all-time vet, knows what to do. I feel like it was an interesting point there Maeda made, though. The tide went, you know, to a bottom, and then it goes slack for about 40 minutes, right? So there's no movement, and so the push doesn't happen right away, and with that, we get less waves, and that's what we're seeing right now.
Taking a look at the Surfboard Empire Shaper rankings with Lost Surfboards out in front. Now remember, 5th place finish, you lose in this quarterfinal, you earn 4,745 points for your Shaper. Make it into the semifinals, you earn a minimum of 6,085 points for your Shaper. So, who's gonna get the points? Is it gonna be Sharp Eye with Tia Zabrowski, or will it be Lost with Carissa Moore? Big point difference between a 3rd and a 5th. We'll see how this plays out, and we'll see if Lost can hang on to that #1 position. They're out to a pretty big lead, Strider.
They do have a pretty solid lead, and the way that it shakes out, it's your 2 highest finishers, right? So it doesn't matter with the men or the women. It's whoever, you know, is at the top there for each company and where they finish on the men's and the women's side. So we still have somebody going on the men's side with Iago, and on the women's side, there's about 6 surfers in it still.
Oh, man. All right, so we're down to 13 minutes. We have a wave coming. I'm sure Carissa Moore's going to go on this wave. She's been sitting on priority.
Ooh, scratching for the left, looking too deep, though, out of position.
Wow.
Ooh.
That was a valuable wave if you could have found the corner. And now, well, I was going to say now the pressure is on, but pressure's nothing new to a 5-time world champ, Carissa Moore. We've seen her come through in clutch situations so many times, Maeda.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, to win 5 world titles, you are more than used to be pressured. And I think, like, Carissa, in this season, she's so free, you know. She's having a blast, like, with her baby, with her traveling again, and realizing that she's really still capable of doing this, winning contests, and showing her daughter what her life used to be before her. So, I mean, but the time is ticking. Of course, she has nerves, and especially when it's like this, like you were waiting for an opportunity, and nothing really came.
Well, there was a wave. She was out of position.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
you know, that was a mistake, you know, if you ask me. And at this level in the quarterfinals, mistakes are heavily penalized.
Yeah.
You're gonna feel it.
Yeah, especially, you know, when you get to the pointy end, when you get to kind of the finals day draw, which is quarterfinals on, you need to be making all the right decisions. And every heat seems like it's a series of short decisions that all add up to a final result. So the decision to get going really early for Tia Zabrowski is paying off right now. The decision to get that wave, even though it was a closeout, and get that 1 turn in for the 6-3-3 for Tia Zabrowski, that's paying off right now. 11 minutes remaining, and Carissa Moore still scoreless.
Yeah, in the beginning we said that the 4.83 for Tia Zabrowski would be a throwaway, but now maybe it will be a keeper.
Any number's a keeper right now.
Yeah, I still think Tia is going to better that score for sure. I mean, she's just so good and under priority. You know, she's gotten her best wave already. It was 6, so I feel like she's going to open up and be able to attack.
Tia paddles for that, and Carissa will use her priority on this left. Winds up off the bottom. Oh. Vertical, straight up for Carissa Moore on the first backside hanger. Goes for the finish, and just like that, solid surfing right in the game.
She's on the board. This first turn is violent. You could feel that she waited a long time to attack that lip, and she took everything out on it, which was really clean. The rest of the wave was a little bit mistimed, so I don't think the score is going huge, but definitely she got the chance to strike.
Yeah, and strike she did, Maeda. Wait for the score.
Yeah, her very first wave, I mean, the first snap off the top was lovely, and then comboed by another nice turns. I think it's gonna get in between Tia Zebrowski's scores.
Yeah, somewhere between the 6.33 and the 4.83, you thinking?
I think so.
Mid-range 5 and some change, Strider, what do you think?
Yeah, I think you're right on with that. I think she's, you know, that was a mid wave for her. You know, that you could see that there was a little bit of disconnection in the finish of the wave, and the judges will come through with a score that reveals that. And I feel like getting back out there now, though, it's going to be no priority for her, so she is going to be able to roam around and just catch whatever moves, and then we'll see if she can make up some time and try and find something to stack up her points against her opponent. It'll be interesting to see how Tia treats this priority with her.
Yeah, and maybe for Carissa now, without priorities, she will feel a little bit more free to roll the dices and ride some waves.
6-point ride drops for Carissa Moore as we prepare for quarterfinal number 2. It's going to be Nadia Arostabe coming up against Katie Simmers. Down the catwalk, the two surfers move on. They got 8 minutes to paddle out, and that's going to be your quarterfinal number 2 here at the VIVO Rio Pro, presented by Corona Cero. How cool are the walkouts?
Yeah.
It's interesting how, because they get this, you know, you're out there, you've already got the nervous energy coming up in a heat, and when you're in the locker room, you're kind of avoiding each other. You're just doing your own thing. You're, you know, in and out. You're putting your wax on. You have your headphones, and then you're forced to stand next to your opponent right before you walk out, and kind of have to, you know, feel that energy. Because once you get within 3 feet, there is an energy field there that you do feel.
Yeah, sure. The competitive energy between both. Yeah, it's just interesting. The crowd really loves this in Brazil, so.
I know, it's been a kind of a tradition the last few years. Here we go. Zebrowski carves off the bottom, slashes off the top. One more time for Tia. Sharp eye surfboard, looking quick here. Hangs off the top a couple times. Very, very short-footed. The teenager gets a little bonus inside section here. Battling with a little bit of warble. No problem. Slashes on the backhand. Right all the way in. Is going to get the Red Bull jet ski. Her support squad likes what they're seeing. I like what I'm seeing. That will better the 4.83 for Tia Zebrowski.
Yeah, that was very pinpointed precision on the surfing. I felt like she was a little bit sleepy as to what she actually can do, though. I feel like she's got more.
Taking a look at the board. Look at nice tight swallowtail.
I love
on
it.
that, on that sharp eye. Looks good.
Look at this wave, man.
Yeah, she really timed pretty well the bounce of the wave, the backwash, and nice combo with good flow. I really liked what she's done.
I like her pace. I like that she didn't really rush what she was doing.
I feel like
it was very mature.
I feel like that was a great pace. I was the place where she was waiting for the backwash and everything that she put together on this wave, I feel like actually equated perfectly with the conjunction of the backwash and the lip line and her effect on it. So, you know, I have to give it up. Shoot, that was a great wave. At first glance, I felt like it was a slower pace, but now that looking at the replay, you realize that everything was done calculated and to match the backwash and the lip line.
Yeah. The board looked good. I mean, I've just kind of gotten back into Swallowtails recently, Strider. What do you feel about Swallowtails and the way they feel as far as a board?
I love it. I feel like they've got a lot of freedom in the lip line. So, you know, you come off the bottom, that long side of it is giving you enough hold, but then that swallowtail, once you break the fins free, it just gives you the feeling of gliding across that lip. And then once you re-engage, you can really draw back into the turn. You can hold a long line cut back, but still have freedom in the lip.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think they're a little bit freer than a squash tail, but kind of as sure-footed, kind of as a round pin too. So it's almost a combination between those two. You get the area of a squash tail, but you kind of got that round pin rail line back there.
Yeah.
Longer rail line.
I think you're riding one of those right now, aren't you?
Yeah, liking it. The only thing, yeah.
I think that's what you were trying to get to.
No, no. It's not my swallowtail, it's Tia's swallowtail we're talking about. But that Tia swallowtail just earned her a 6.37. I see this score, and look at that, as high as a 6.7 from the Brazilian judge. Low of a 6.2, average out 6.37 for Tia Zebrowski. Now she's going to make the job a little bit harder for the 5-time world champ Carissa Moore, requiring a 6.7 to take the lead in just like that, only 4 minutes remaining.
I like the higher score of that score line. I felt like she had did so many different turns on that wave, and she really just, I guess the size of the wave is what kept the score back, maybe, but she really surfed that wave well. A lot of different snaps and maneuvers and flow and power. A lot of the criteria in that wave.
Yeah, and Tia Zebrowski doing her part on that between the veterans and the new generation, because she defeated Stephanie Gilmore, Peterson, and now doing a great job against Carissa.
Well, if she's able to beat Carissa Moore, that means Tia Zebrowski technically has taken down 13 world titles. Strider gets my joke.
8, yeah, we got. We got
oh,
8
you were laughing.
Stephanie.
You were laughing at how long it took me to do the math.
No.
Huh? I got there pretty quick.
I love it.
Right.
I was right. You're right on the money, and it was impressive, to be honest. You know, 5 with Carissa, 8 with our Stephanie Gilmore, and she's still swinging for more.
That's right.
Yeah, but it's not done until it's over, boys.
It is not done until
I know,
it's
there's
over.
plenty of time. There's lines on the horizon, and Carissa Moore is not an underdog.
No, not at all. And we know she has stepped up in clutch situations before. I mean, we just saw her in a clutch heat in El Salvador. We saw her even in her last meeting with Tia Zebrowski on the Gold Coast. It was the last wave that turned the heat for Carissa Moore.
Here we go.
Can Carissa Moore do it once again?
She's with priority paddling.
Does not take this left. Tia's going to take it. Let's see what Zebrowski has. Vertical there, but pokes the nose on the way down. Wave behind. Carissa Moore is going to take a right. 6.7 is the mark. Slow snap. The wave dies out right there. Tough situation. Banco do Brasil, 2-minute warning. What are we seeing, Strider?
I'm seeing there's more waves on the horizon. I'm seeing a missed opportunity, but not a mistake, because Tia was on the inside. And now we're going to see the true grit of Carissa Moore if a wave comes, because the pressure is definitely on.
Yeah. So Carissa gets out there and secures priority for this last minute, 20 seconds. She identified on that wave that there was not the 6-7 in it, got out of it nice and early to make sure she gets back to priority. Now she just needs a wave to come through. Looks like there may be a couple lines.
Not a whole lot of time.
But not a whole lot of time.
And the split lineup, look, she's in the saddle. The peak onto the left, there's a peak to the right, and she's in the saddle right now. So she's got to hope that something comes in between, gives her the opportunity she's looking for.
Smaller wave right here. 50 seconds. Not going to take that one. Doesn't see the 6-7 in that wave either. Pretty quiet lineup right behind her and through the horizon.
My God, for 35 seconds.
35 down to 30. It's going to have to be the next 2 waves, and it doesn't seem, Strider, like there's much energy.
It does not. There is a little bubble out the back there. Who knows what's going to happen with it, but it's not looking good for Carissa right now. Let's see if she can will a wave to her. But with the timing between the waves is about 10 to 12 seconds.
It's going to come too late.
It's over.
Yeah, it's going to come too late. She realizes that too. She looks at her watch. She looks at the Apple Watch, and she's going to congratulate Tia Zebrowski.
That's cool.
The super Grom,
Yeah.
15 years old, and she's just taken down 13 world titles.
Yeah. How crazy. And she's in her first semifinals on the championship tour.
And this is the event that the roll starts. I can guarantee you the next event she's going to be coming on strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know I can has become I can for Tia Zebrowski. On to the semifinals for Zebrowski. We're going to be back with quarterfinal number 2 when we return. It's going to be Nadia Erostabe against Katie Simmers. Already in the semifinals, Tia Zebrowski. The 2026 VIVO Rio Pro presented by Cero is brought to you by Bebe Seguros, official partner of WSL Brazil. By Aqua Coco, coconut water of the champions. By Mana Poke, the surfer's poke. And by Dr. Peanut, official sponsor of WSL Brazil. Oh, the feeling of your first championship tour semi-final. That is what the rookie, the 15-year-old rookie, Tia Zebrowski, is feeling right now. She's got time for the fans to celebrate, and she is just looking forward to her first CT semi-final. Saturday here at the Daytona Beach, Saquarema, and the beach is filled up. Quarterfinal number 2 out in the water. Nadia Erostabe up against Katie Simmers. Winner of this quarterfinal 2 will face off Tia Zebrowski in semi-final number 1. Kaipo Guerrero, Maida Pops, and Strider Wazalewski on the call here. Smooth conditions. Incoming tide, Strider. We're hoping that this heat's a little bit more consistent. Ooh, little battle from the beginning.
I like it. A little feisty, and it looks like Katie came up with the wave. That style and technique up against, you know, the power. Here we go, right behind her. Nadia goes to work. Beautiful front side hack right there. Gets another strong one in. This is a much better wave than Caitlin's first wave. So Nadia really doing some damage on that thing.
Nadia Erostabe starting with a 5.83. Lost kind of that battle for that first wave to Katie Simmers, Maida, but actually paid off for the Basque surfer.
Yeah, for sure. The best wave was the second one, and she really put a great work on that to get the 5.83, and now in the lead, starts the heat in front.
Yeah, there she is. Second quarterfinal appearance this season, made the semifinals over on the Gold Coast, actually. You know what I forgot to do today? Is give us some Stoic philosophy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Marcus Aurelius, two-time two-time VIVO Pro winner, 2023, 2024, Katie Simmers, and this can apply actually to what's happening right now. Marcus Aurelius, in his book, his memoirs, Meditation, some of his thoughts, had this quote called, and he said, dwell on the beauty of life, because every day is a blessing. I added the every day is a blessing. He just said, dwell on the beauty of life. I'm going to let you ponder that. Marcus Aurelius.
Yeah, nice, Kaipo. We've been loving your quotes in the Portuguese broadcast. True.
Is this true?
Yeah, it is. It is. We were so like, oh, Kaipo is so inspired in Australia.
I've been having fun with them as well.
Yeah, we were guessing, is him like reading this book or what?
Yeah, I do. Meditations, Art of War, Sun Tzu. There's a lot of knowledge there, and the funny thing about both of those books is that they were written just centuries ago, and still holds true today. Okay, that's enough about that. Now back to surfing. 29 minutes, Strider. And not a lot of waves written, so that gives us a time to ponder some philosophy.
He still wants a Red Bull. It does look like there's some lines coming in, though. I feel like, you know, there's going to be some more waves. I think the tide is going to start pushing now after that last heat, and we're going to start to see more action. That first exchange from the two surfers definitely had a lot of energy in it, which I like to see. Well overhead waves for both the surfers, so there's still some size out there, which is something that the judges like to see as well.
Now, in these inconsistent, I'm going to stick with you, Strider, on this. In these inconsistent situations, I feel like there is some luck comes into play.
Well, I feel like you got to know where you're at in the lineup. That's the most important thing, is that being in the right place at the right time is everything. And so if you know where you're at in the lineup and you understand the tide, and you've been watching and you know, the tide was here earlier today, right? So if you had a heat coming up, and you would have known that, you know, at this time, you know, the tide was going to be at a you know, 1.1. Yeah. And you could have seen that earlier, and where those waves were breaking. You had to do your homework. And so being in the right place at the right time is everything. And luck is where preparation and opportunity meet.
See, there's your quote right there.
So you got
Strider
to be on your game.
2026.
That's right. Let's go.
Katie Simmers with priority. She's going to use it here on this left. Zooms off the bottom, slashes off the top. Nice heel pressure, nice flow here. Always on point, and just doubles it up on the end section there. Little whitewater bank to show more control. Right behind her, Nadia Aristabi again on the second wave of the set. And this wave is just opening up for the Basque surfer. 1, 2, 3 snaps. And again, Nadia on the second wave of the set, I feel, got the better wave.
Good night. Those were knockout punches, or kicks, I should say. She absolutely destroyed that wave. And there was no bobbles in between. I love her cleaning up her act on tour, surfing like this.
Aristabi, yeah. Muay Thai.
Just bang, right? Nice drive down into the corner, comes up, finds the lip line again, busts the tail out, and then reacts with a big Larry on the inside corner. Are you kidding me? That was really well surfed. This was a great wave, nice swivel and flow, Maeda, but not as dynamic as Nadia.
Yeah, for sure. Nadia's wave was a little more steeper, and she found a really good rhythm on that. 3 beautiful snaps. I think the judges are going to love it.
The decision with priority is so tough, because you just don't know what's behind.
Yeah.
Well, let's hear from our first semifinalist, Tia Zabrowski's with Manu.
Oh yeah, I'm here with Tia, and Tia, you're so young, 15 years old, and you've just defeated 5 world titles. My friends have been counting on the booth, and they have counted already 13 world titles recently. How is that for you, so young, and to do a big thing like that? What is your secret for all those victories, and congratulations?
Thank you. I don't really have a secret. I didn't really think about it when I was against Steph, but of course I really think about it when I was against Carissa. I was like, she beat me in snapper, and I really don't want her to beat me again. So I just like try my best, try to stay focused on myself, try not to watch her too much and just focus on my game. And yeah, I was just super grateful to be here firstly, but yeah, it was just an incredible heat. I was like really stressed out there, but yeah, I just make it into the semifinals, so I'm just super glad.
Congratulations, you did really good. Some words in French now for your fans, family, friends.
Coucou tout le monde, je suis en demi-finale, je suis super contente. Je sais pas, j'ai pas trop grand chose à dire, mais je suis super contente et espérons qu'on va garder ce rythme pour la semi-finale et passer en finale.
Félicitations, bonne chance. Back to you guys.
Wow. Well,
Oh,
careful on the sled. Nadia Arostabe got a great backup score during that interview, and previous to that interview, the previous ride for the Bass
my
Surfer. She's on there. She's going to hear the news. Got an 8.33. This is the backup right here, Star, that happened during the interview. Another fiery approach.
Yeah, she's feeling it. You can tell. I mean, everything is just looking so fun and free. And just, you know what? It's like when you get a wave like that to start your heat, everything that follows carries that same energy, and you can see it in her snaps right here. I mean, she's releasing and then looking down the line for more. This turn right here, she attacks the corner. Watch her drive through this turn. Rob all the body. See the back leg extension right there? That was pure confidence to do it. You know, we haven't seen a lot of that, and now we're starting to see it on every turn. I love it.
Wow.
yeah, and since the beginning of this contest, everything seems to be working for Nadia Arostabe in every single heat.
Well, I see the score as an 8.33 for Nadia Arostabe. Judges owe us one more score as well to round this off, but it is Nadia with a strong lead over Katie Simmers. Now, at the beginning of this heat, I'm sure most people, if you looked at the odds or if you had to make a pick, you would pick the 2023 and 2024 VIVO Rio Pro champion, which is Katie Simmers, a two-time winner out here. Obviously, you would pick Katie, but the underdog, Nadia, didn't listen to any of that. Last score dropping for Arostabe, Maida, a 7.5. Now Katie needs a 9.
Yeah, 7.5 as a backup, really strong for her. Now put Katie Simmers in a very tough situation, needing a 9. Anyone could expect that in the beginning, but Nadia Arostabe just looking very in tune with the ocean here and really connected to her board.
Yeah, and Strider, you talked about it. You know, when I talked about like the inconsistent heat and luck, and you said no, it's positioning yourself and picking the good waves, and that's what Nadia's done.
Well, you know, she was fortunate to have the non-priority seat.
Yeah.
And Caitlin taking the first waves of those sets was to her demise. And
both times.
And to have the second wave look like that, have that kind of a line, wall, lip line, everything was there. Caitlin could have been sitting on 2 8s right now. Instead, her opponent is sitting on, you know, an excellent score and an almost excellent score. So, you know, this could have been the exact opposite way if she would have just taken the second wave.
Yeah. 21 minutes and 28 seconds here with the Bass Surfer in complete control. Katie Simmers does have priority, and Maida, enough time on the clock to make a comeback right now with 21 minutes.
Yeah, for sure. Like 21 minutes is too much, and especially for her. And she can split that 9. Of course, she can get like 2 8s, and it's enough because there's a lot of time for that also.
Yes, that's right. 2 8s will give her Katie the lead. So there's 2 ways to approach it. Swing for the fence with a 9-point ride, which you know Katie Simmers is capable of. I got it out.
You got it out. Thank you. I was going to help you.
Star was looking at me like, "Are you okay?"
I feel like Katie is going to unleash on a wave here.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because she's a girl of perfection. when I say that, she likes to put her waves together really well. And if she gets the chance to attack, you know, she's going to go upside down in that corner. And I feel like, you know, she's got all the talent to do it. There's Caitlin Simmer's results right there. I mean, she is no slouch, and she's looking right here on finals day. She doesn't want a fifth.
Yeah, she only missed one finals day so far this season. That would have been in Raglan. Other than that, she's always been in that finals day conversation.
Yeah. The only concern is if she gets like too stick with this priority, because now she needs a 9, and we know that it's kind of slowed the ocean, so it's a little bit dangerous to let the time just pass by too much.
I feel like the Luana Silva's getting ready. She had a buzzer beater right at the end to take the win, so she can't wait to get out there and belt a couple.
Yeah, she's just in the zone right now. Luana Silva preparing for her clash. She's going to be in quarterfinal number 4 to end the day. We're going to take a break right now. We're going to be back with action, and we'll see if Katie Simmers can come by against a fiery Nadia Arostarbe in the lead.
We're about to start the Rising Tides here in Brazil. It's super fun. There's so many girls, and I'm really excited to meet them all. It's kind of pumping out there, and we might not get to surf, but we're going to give the girls a full access tour.
Here in Brazil, it's always pretty hectic. The community really vibes with the surfing, and it's amazing. So many kids. I'm super impressed.
I've seen some of these kids before on the previous years, and just to see them grow and just become more dedicated and just psyched on surfing. I'm really stoked on this is the future of Brazil. Hopefully one day they're here taking our spots.
To surf with them every day, it's pretty funny. They're always like, oh, I saw your wave, you're ripping. Like, I got you in my fantasy and stuff, so it's pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, it's so nice to give back and try to inspire them in some way, you know.
I think it's a great initiative to be a part of, and being a Grom on that side and coming back and being a CT surf on this side, it's yeah, it's super special.
My favorite maneuver is probably any type of air. It's just so special for me because I was them like not too long ago, so to be like a full circle is insane, and now I get to do the board giveaway. That's like probably something I've been looking forward to for a long time. You get your own custom Lost surfboard. I hope you rip on it and have so much fun and just continue to inspire the next generation.
All right, the Rising Tides, and a special thanks to IC for supporting the Rising Tides that we do at every event. Luana Silva helping out day -1 before we got the event going with the Rising Tide. Luana Silva, we'll see her in quarterfinal number 4 up against Sawyer Lindblad. And speaking of Rising Tides, guess what, Strider?
The tide's coming up.
The tide's rising. This is not a coincidence.
And let's see if Caitlin Simmers can rise to the occasion.
Wow, you guys are so inspired this afternoon.
15 minutes remaining. Katie Simmers needs a 9-point ride if she wants to do it on a single wave. A couple of 8s, and she's in the lead too. She's got ample time for either plan right now. She's got priority. Everyone's sticking around this afternoon. Beautiful Saturday afternoon here
My
in
favorite time
Saquarema,
of day.
Itaúna Beach.
This is when you go down to the beach and you look towards the church and the sunset, and you see all the footballs getting kicked around, and it's like popcorn popping all over the place. It's my favorite.
Achinha?
Altinha.
Altinha.
Yeah. Do you know how to play?
Oh man, I tried.
You've tried.
I have 2 left feet, so.
Just as me.
Yeah,
so.
here we go. Here's Altinha right here. And I'm going to tell you, man, in the entire country of Brazil, there's a lot of talented feet over here.
Here in Rio, it's just amazing. Like the curls,
Yeah.
they
they're
are so
crazy.
good. Yeah.
So good. Rachel Apollonio's really,
Yeah,
really
Rachel.
good. She's
Yeah.
like semi-pro, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
I tried to jump in on a little session with the boys.
I couldn't hold my own, dude.
And like Ethan Ewing and all these guys, and they're all like, I just couldn't even volley. And they were looking at me like, get out of here.
Good stuff. So 13 minutes remaining, and a patient Katie Simmers is waiting for a wave to apply. The unique lines that she draws, the innovative surfing that she has. Maybe bringing air into the game if you want a 9, Katie, but first of all, she needs that wave.
That was what I was talking about. Like, she's already with 8 minutes with priority, waiting for an opportunity, but the ocean is still a little bit slow right now, and she still needs a 9.
Yeah. But you know what? The ocean sure is beautiful here in Saquarema. We had that above shot, and just the
Water
colors that you see
temperature,
here.
too, is perfect.
Oh.
Nadia hunting down the beach without priority. That's the danger zone.
Yeah. And how is another day? We are not getting any of those afternoon onshore flows either. Just
no, this
great.
wind was forecasted to be beautiful all day. So the last 2 days, we've been really fortunate to open up competition and have been blessed with a couple of epic days of surf.
And how many hits do we had? Like,
20,
so many.
26 yesterday.
22 today.
20 today. So 2 days we've completed. By the end of today, we would have completed 46 heats, and we're going to be down to just 10 heats to finish up this competition.
Yeah.
We can
Full day
cherry
of-
pick. We can cherry pick the best day with the best tide and the best wind.
Yes. All those things.
Yeah, and Itaúna always provides, so for sure we're gonna have
And
an epic finals day.
It offers up plenty of surprises too. You just don't know what it could be pumping tomorrow. We have no idea.
All right, well, you guys, it's time to introduce our next quarterfinal number 3, and this is going to be a big quarterfinal coming up. Quarterfinal number 3 between Gabriella Bryant and Caroline Marks, as we anticipate the walkout between these two surfers down the catwalk here at our giant contest structure. We're looking down from the Red Bull Athlete Zone, and here comes Gabby dressed in yellow. She loves yellow.
Gabby the Hammer Bryant. She is absolutely dropping the biggest scores of the day.
Gabby coming up against world champ Caroline Marks. And Strider, this was the friendly fire for the Lost Crew that we were talking about.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. But you know what? On the bright side,
guaranteed semifinal.
Guaranteed semifinal, and coming through, with some beautiful. I mean, both these surfers are so fun to watch. A lot of power from both of them. And, you know, it's going to be backhand versus forehand going into it. So a lot, you know, majority of the waves that we've been seeing are left. So we'll get to see Gabby's backhand again, and Caroline Marks, and that forehand whip that she's got. She's quick.
You know, Matt Biolis, Strider, do you know if he makes more boards for Gabriella Bryan or for Kate or for Caroline Marks? We'll get back to that because we're going to watch a Borst surfboard right now under the feet of Katie Simmers. Slash a couple times on the backhand. Make it 3. She went upside down on that last turn, but she needed to pull that.
Wow, you could see the intent there. She was so clean. Everything was happening the way it should have, and I think that little bit of backwash just got her at the bottom of that wave because she was coming out of it looking so strong. I mean, so quick. And this next turn right here, look at how fast she goes through this thing. Raw. I mean, she was quick to release back up into that same lip line turn she did to win her last heat, and then that lump at the bottom just grabs her board. I mean, she came out of this turn with so much speed, and then underneath it, and then look, the little lump coming up the face, grabbed it. Oh, that's a heartbreaker for Caitlin.
That is. 9 minutes remaining, and now keep control to Nadia. Nadia with the lead, and it's a big lead, and Nadia now with priority so she can control the tempo, the character of this matchup in the final 9 minutes.
Interesting to see where the surfers are right now. Is Nadia close to Caitlin? Is she going to go sit on her? Is she going to give her a hard time? Is she going to play defense?
We'll take a look. We'll take a look. And also, you know, I got a report. Here we go. So
there we go.
Close.
That's what I like to see.
Yeah, I think she will.
Nadia, is she going to use her priority? No, she's going to let Katie go. Katie, just a closeout. Nadia identified that and is going to continue to control the peak. With a 7.5 and a 8.33, there's no reason to go on anything unless it's a really good wave. Let's start up the engine right now with our GWM recap. If we don't have a wave, I'm not going to push the button yet. Okay, I'm going to push the button. Let's start it up. GWM recap coming your way, and it's been all Nadia Aerostabe, Strider.
Vroom! She's just all over this thing, just driving in 4x4, just absolutely digging the tires in and just throwing spray to the sky.
There's a 6.83 for Katie Simmers, Maida.
Yeah, very nice wave as well, but unfortunately the quality of Nadia's wave was better, but very good surfing for Caitlin.
And Nadia backed up that excellent score with a 7.5, Strider.
Yeah, couple of hammers, quick transition turn right there, but this one right here pushes the leg out at the end. Rah! Just gives it a little flick and then another carve back into the zone. I mean, really feeling it. And you know, like we said, start with an opener of an excellent ride like that, and you're just going to come back at it even stronger.
Oh, yeah. Down to live action, 7 minutes remaining. A little bit of maybe a little onshore flow, some
easterly
wind.
Side shore, yeah, it's coming from the side.
Okay, side shore.
But as like on the other beach, on the other side over there, it looks onshore.
Yeah.
But then you got that big rock cropping and that reef, and it kind of protects this little zone right here. Yeah.
Nadia Aerostabe with the when we look at the event's top heat totals, with second highest heat total, 15.83 for the women. For Nadia Aerostabe. Gabby Bryan, who's up in the next quarterfinal, is at the top of the list with that monster score of a 17.33. And also news from the beach. There's been a couple penguin sightings. The penguins have returned.
Yes.
Yeah.
My favorite. I'm so close to throwing this one in the 110 Yeti cooler.
Nadia's got priority.
It's getting close. This is going to be really hard. I don't want to do it because I feel like Caitlin is so good that she, you know, has the ability to turn this thing around with one wave, and that's the X factor here. She is unbelievable when it comes right down to it, and there's a big set coming.
Oh,
and let's go.
Well, what we're hoping for is a multiple wave set, so it gives both surfers an opportunity and not a shutout. And like Strider said, looks like there's a dark line coming through from the horizon. Positioning now is going to be key. Katie Simmers deeper in that blue jersey, left coming through here. Simmers not even going to look at that first one.
Looking like a burger.
Yeah.
Nothing in it. Wow, that set rolled through. It wasn't really a good one there, was it?
Nope. But speaking of burgers, former CT surfer Kyle Belly, the Ibelli burger.
The Ibelli burger.
Yeah. Oh, there's our guy.
Hey. Yeah.
I told you. They're cool. They're like mini penguins.
I want to go meet one.
Well,
I want to see one in the
depends on how
lineup.
this plays out, Strider. Like when we get our own water time, we'll like just paddle up and down the beach and
We'll
find
search them
penguins.
out, right?
Search for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they swim like
I'm bringing my phone out for a selfie for sure.
Yeah.
I'm bringing out some sardines to like bring them over.
Okay.
Get 'em over.
Here
All
we
right,
go.
Katie Simmers, let's go. It's time. It's go time. She needs something miraculous on this little wave, though, for a 9-point ride. Could be an air, looking for a ramp, looking for a big section. Not going to get it. 4 minutes remaining, and Katie just putting in any kind of effort. She is going to kind of separate herself a bit from Nadia and surf her way further down the beach. So maybe she'll have one more try, Maida, with under 4 minutes.
Yeah, now 3 minutes and 45 seconds left. She will need to look for the straight 9. Like, my God. Tough situation that she's.
But you know one thing? One story that I have from this event is we've seen a lot of different upsets happening in this event, both on the men's and women's side.
Yeah.
And I also like the story of Nadia really coming into her own after, this is going to be her second semifinal if she holds off Katie in these next 3 minutes of the year. And that's really, really outstanding for a rookie to make 2 semifinals halfway through the year.
Well, Caitlin's trucks look a little loose right now. She was scrambling for a smaller inside wave. I feel like she's put herself up against the wall. She's really not giving herself a big opportunity. Her opponent now has priority. It is sitting on her. This is going to be really hard for her to separate.
And they're at that section, they're on that bank further south on the beach right here, more in the center of the beach, right on the edge. We saw this section of the beach being used yesterday as well in the afternoon.
Yeah. And I do like that Nadia is not going to leave her alone. I mean, this is the game. This is where your priority comes into play. This is where your tactics have to be engaged, and you are going to be all over your opponent. And the question is, if a set comes, do you take the first one or the second one? Because we've seen the second wave. Is there going to be a second wave? It's like there's so many factors that play into it. And to start this whole thing off, it was a gut feeling for Caitlin to take that first wave, and it didn't work out.
Yeah. Well, we're under the 2-minute Banco do Brasil 2-minute warning at 1 minute 45 seconds. Aerostabe and Katie Simmers.
Aerostabe just chasing her.
Yeah, chasing her to the north.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing else Katie can do other than look for some separation and hope for a wave to come through and hope it's a multiple wave set. And the paddle is just going to continue, but this is going to be another huge moment for Nadia Aerostabe. Now remember, on her way to the semifinals over there on the Gold Coast, Aerostabe took out Alyssa Spencer in round 1, took out Caroline Marks in round 2. In the quarterfinals, Nadia defeated Gabby Bryan. So she's beaten some big names already this year on tour.
Wow.
Eventually went down to Steph in the semifinal, but Steph went on to win that contest. Nadia Aerostabe is going to go 1 up on Katie Simmers right now. Katie, well, hold the phone. Something miraculous needs to happen right here for the surfer from Oceanside, California. Goes for the air, not going to get it there. Can't blame her for going for it.
Yeah, she has to go for it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, couldn't stay on her feet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Arostave also beat Molly Picklum here. I wanted to add that to the big names.
And I think Nadia has cleaned up her surfing tremendously from the beginning of the year. I feel like her linkage, the way she's putting waves together, there's no in-between. She's actually smoothed out everything.
Yeah, and here she is. This is going to be a ride. And especially, she's cleaned up her surfing a ton since last year when she was an injury replacement on the championship tour. You know, last year she seemed like almost timid, right? Now, Nadia Arostave, I'm going to call her a tiger, and she is going to scratch her way with a 15.83 into the semifinals, where she's going to meet Tia Zabrowski. That is going to be an incredible semifinal coming up for the women, semifinal number 1.
Wow, that was really fun to watch. I wish we could have seen a couple of extra waves from Caitlin, but Nadia not disappointing and absolutely destroying a couple of those left-handers, and Caitlin giving away her jersey in the short break right there.
All right, well, we got some of the best fans in the surf world, and I love that our surfers are giving some mementos away, some lucky fans. Nadia Arostave, we'll see her in semifinal number 1. We will see you on the other side of this break with Gabriella Bryant and Caroline Marks out in the water. Quarterfinal 3 on the way.
Eu amo Saquarema! Hoje a gente veio aqui pra Laje de Manitiba. É uma praia que fica a 15 minutos de Itaúna. O que me encanta dessa região de Saquarema, ela é uma onda com fundo de pedra. Quando as ondulações estão grandes, ela quebra uma onda grande, tubular, incrível. É um lugar que me remete muito à paz, né? A essência do surf, né? Me mantém feliz e me conecta muito comigo mesmo. Eu tenho água cristalina para poder mergulhar e altas ondinhas para poder surfar, conexão com a natureza absurda. E assim como a cultura do surf, a cultura da pesca aqui em Saquarema é muito forte. A gente pode pescar na Praia da Vila, em Itaúna, nas lajes de fora, garantir seu alimento da maneira mais sustentável possível. Eu acho que isso faz o pacote ser completo daqui.
We are back. Welcome. Live from Saquarema. This is quarterfinal heat number 3 of the VIVO Rio Pro, presented by Cero. We got world number 1, Gabriella Bryant, proudly wearing that yellow jersey. Be going up against Caroline Marks. So we got 2 powerhouse surfers in the lineup and 2 super surf fans in the booth. I'm Chris Cote. We got Mitchell Salazar hot off the sand. Mitchell, give us the beach report. What's going on down there?
It's looking pretty nice this afternoon, dude. Waves are good, it's going off, and got crisp conditions as we see Caroline right here
already dropping a pretty big score. 6-1-7 on this one, Chris, for multiple maneuvers on the outside. Tide still coming up. Good lip line hit right there for the surfer out of Melbourne Beach, Florida, residing for a long time now in San Clemente. So surfer from both coasts of the United States. Good surfing right here on this one, Chris, and a quick start for the surfer that has been an Olympic gold medalist in the past. That was in Paris 24. Looking for a big W right here in Saquarema if she can find it later on this event. Nice projection down the line with that lip line hit there.
She's going up against Gabby Bryant right here, who sent shockwaves through the field, getting one of the highest heat totals of the event, of the actual season. Gabriella's previous heat was nothing short of spectacular, and this is a great telling stat for Gabriella Bryant. She's made the quarterfinals in every event this season. Mitch, that's a title run if you ask me.
It is, and she's already won an event too. That was at the Rip Curl Pro Bells Beach. And when you think about Gabby and the evolution that she's had, really get it going left now. That's a big proponent that she was able to do in the offseason. Right there into the lip line, just the one turn, but very strong. Easily the most powerful woman on tour. Talk about matching power v power right here at Saquarema. That's going to be a good score just for a single maneuver, Chris.
And now that we're past the Final Five era, Championship Tour surfing, things are looking good for Gabriella Bryant, because while Carissa Moore has stolen a lot of the spotlight with back-to-back wins, Gabriella's consistency is shining through. You know, if you can make the quarters every single event and even advance through the semis and in the finals, win a couple, I mean, that is a title threat, 100%. As we see now, Caroline Marks speeding down the line with a sequence of maneuvers.
She seems very motivated.
She's pumped up.
Last year I felt there were a lot of heats where she underperformed personally, just given the conditions too, and she's made it into the semis here twice, including last year. But I think overall Caroline still knows that she has a couple gears to go to. I feel like this event especially, she's really clicked into that motion, and hopefully she can get a W here.
She is definitely one of the more consistent surfers on the championship tour, and she always seems to find a way to win.
Yep.
Up and down results throughout this season, but you know, we've seen what she's done in the past, and once Caroline Marks applies herself and activates on all her powers, she becomes pretty unstoppable.
Yep.
So this is just a battle of two surfing super titans, Caroline Marks and Gabriella Bryant. Caroline with the edge as a champion already. Gabriella, I feel like, you know, her name would fit so nicely in that lineage of world champions.
You have a lot more to earn too, right? Because you've already going up against a lot of multiple world champions in the past, including this one on screen. Good carve right there to start things off from Caroline. Nearly lost the edge on the first turn, made up for it though on the inside. So great selection of maneuvers right there for that double up on the inside, Chris. Bottom turn sets it up. Nearly lost control of the fins right there, re-engages, and of course gets another 1-2 punch here on the inside. That mayhem looks great underneath her feet, and she's been riding those boards for a long time, whole career. And when she made her debut back in 2018, remember that very season, Rookie of the Year, goes on to win her first event the next season too on the Gold Coast, defeating Stephanie Gilmore over there at Deba. Always been on an upward trajectory, Chris.
One of the youngest surfers to ever qualify for the championship tour. She's off to a great start. Her first wave came through at a 6-1-7. She's looking well connected to her board and the waves that she's riding. Second score comes through 6-6-7. First time in this entire contest we've seen Gabriella Bryant backed up against the ropes. Of course, we still have almost 30 minutes to go, so we're not too worried at the moment. But Caroline Marks is off to a hell of a start. Gabby's first wave comes through at a 4.5. It's all about setting the pace, right? So 2 6s potentially could be wiped off the board.
Yep.
She starts to get some really big quality waves. But off to an early lead and back at it. Caroline again comes around the corner. Swooping carve, deep bottom turn straight up into the lip. 2-turn combo there, gets out of it quick. I like this idea. Just start riding waves.
It's the last heat you're going to surf today. Might as well use all that energy that you've gotten, you know, pent up throughout the day, just watching everybody else rip too, especially after your second round heat too, Chris. Nothing to lose, a whole lot to gain right here if you make it into the semifinals once again. Same thing for Gabby Bryant, right? Because Carissa's out of the event. She lost in the first quarterfinal. That was number 2 in the rankings coming in. So this would be a major opportunity for Gabby to distance herself even more, because Molly Picklam also out of the comp. This is huge for the rankings leader.
Yeah, this is these quarterfinals are setting up to be really cool. I mean, we got underdog stories. We got rookies coming through. This is our first real look at what Tia Zabrowski's capable of.
Yeah, good point.
And, you know, I've been saying it all along. Everyone has. Once Tia gets a big result, could be lights out. She's that good a surfer.
Well, there's already guaranteed a European women's finalist. It's either going to be Tia or Nadia, and I think that proves what the Challenger did last year for the European women. As of right now, I think these two surfers right here that have grown up more within the North American, Hawaii, Tahiti Nui region really represented well the last 5 or 6 years before that.
25:20 to go on the clock. Let's get the ICUV report. It's getting closer to golden hour, but the sun is still shining brightly. Current index is 6. And if I'm reading into that correctly, you're going to need your IC sunglasses out there because it's bright. We want you to take care of your eyes because we want you watching all the surfing.
I got the Masons going on. Jack Robinson's coming out with his new Model 2 when we head over to Tahiti. ICs protect your eyes, of course. Made in Southern California, or I should say designed in Southern California, but really made for the rest of the world, Chris, including here in Saquarema, Brazil.
You look cool, too.
Thank you.
I saw you out there wearing your ICs.
Appreciate that. Yeah.
People were checking you out.
Gotten some compliments on my ICs.
I've been watching. Been stalking you on the beach. It's been pretty cool.
I got a few to give away, too, so a couple people were stoked.
Oh,
some were chasing me because they was like, I want mine, and guess what? I only have a few to give away, so
really?
Gotta rep him. Gotta rep him, you know?
Well, I'm looking forward to see who you select and what terms. 24:19 to go here. Caroline Marks in the lead. Pair of 6s, 6.57 and a 6.17. Brian waiting to find her second scoring wave. She started off with a 4.50. And a little quick flip there, but a no-go for Marks. That gives us the chance to catch up with Nadia Aristarbe on the beach now with Manu.
Hello guys, I'm here with Nadia Aristarbe, and this is your rookie season and second semifinal. That's a huge thing. What have you been doing for all those great results? Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I don't know, I think it's mostly consistency. I've been surfing and competing for a really long time, but I feel like I haven't got any great, I had great results, but not as good as I expected. And I feel like this year finally I'm able to show my surf. Even the previous two heat, I felt like I wasn't really showing my surf. I was doing a lot of mistakes and reading bad the waves, but it felt really good this heat to get such a big score on my front side because it's my weakness, or that's what I would say. But yeah, happy to got those 2 good scores and into another semifinal.
Ahora en español, estás ganando de las surfistas más gigantes del mundo. ¿Cómo te sientes? ¿Y a qué te debes tanta fuerza y foco? Felicitaciones.
Nada, muchas gracias. Nada, es increíble poder ganar a World Champs, a gente a la que he admirado durante mucho tiempo. Y no sé, estoy muy contenta de haber hecho una manga tan buena. Y lo que he hecho, mucho trabajo y constancia, muchos años trabajando, y bueno, creo que es el primer año de verdad que confío en mí misma y que me veo capaz de ganar un CT, así que nada.
Qué linda, un mensaje para familia, amigos, fans.
Nada, gracias a todos los que me estáis viendo. Ha sido una manga muy buena esta, muy contenta, y nada, ahora en las semifinales intentar llegar a mi primera final, y eso, es que ricasco a todos los que me estáis apoyando desde casa.
Buena suerte, back to you guys.
Thank you, Manu. Congrats, Nadia. And I like to see the rookies achieving some success because through these post-heat interviews, we get to learn a little bit more about them. And with, you know, the deletion of the non-elimination rounds, you know, the rookies tended to disappear the first half of the season. You just didn't get to see them.
Yep.
So it's really cool that we're starting to see these rookies shine. I'm becoming a big fan of Nadia. So we see Gabriella Bryan now whipping into a series of backside turns.
Well done.
Adds the trifecta. Hops out the back. And with 21:34 left, I think we're going to have a heat on our hands. I don't think that's going to be a super high scoring wave, but I think it's going to be enough to get her right back into this heat.
Absolutely, and should be an improvement on the 4.5 as well. Tight surfing right there in the pocket by the surfer at a Kauai, leading the rankings. Deep bottom turn, well done, the first carve. And look at where she's positioning her board, right next to the whitewater the entire time for the last two. Great timing on the last one as well, especially with the backwash. Deep bottom turns, big carve extension right there. Easily the most powerful surfer on the women's side. One more for good measure, just blowing the tail out on the third one too, Chris. Great combo right there. Could easily be one of the best scores of the heat so far. Just under 21 minutes too. We got a heat on our hands.
Well, the proof is there. You know, we always think of Gabriela, her strength being that big forehand gouge, right? She's used that so many times to incredible effect. But now what we're seeing is her backside surfing is just as good as her forehand surfing, making her the ultimate title threat. Because you got to be able to do it going both ways, right?
Absolutely.
We have left-hand point breaks, we got right-hand point breaks, beach
Beaches.
breaks, barrels, and you know she's not scared. When you think of the next few events coming down the line, of course she's going to shine at lower trestles. Of course she's going to charge in Tahiti and Fiji.
And she won the Challenger Series at Pipe this year too.
See?
So another level elevated right there as well. She did work in the off season, going to Tahiti as well, working in some barrels, and I think that's a major improvement, and it just goes to show that she knew that there was growth still available within her own surfing.
I'm going to have to ask Kaipo about a Sun Tzu quote about preparation or something. All I have is 80s bands references.
Throw one out there.
Well, now you put me on the spot, so we're going to have to get back to that one. 19 minutes left. Caroline Marks sitting on a 6.57 and a 6.17. Gabriela Bryant's making it even. Her score comes through. It's the high mark of the heat, a 6.90. With 19 and a half left, we got a lot of surfing in quarterfinal heat. Number 3 to come.
She might have a view to a kill.
Whoa, Duran Duran.
Yeah, I'm throwing it out
It's
there.
a movie and song reference, Mitch. Great job. You see Caroline out the back with priority.
There's the great Luke Egan, former
One
colleague
of
of ours.
One of the best goofy footers to ever do it.
Mm-hmm.
One of my all-time favorite surfers, I'm
Yeah.
sure, same as you.
Oh, dude, his Billabong videos back in the day were so sick. He has 1 or 2 waves, I think, in Passion Pop, which was one of my favorites growing up.
Oh, man, we're going back. Green Iguana, Bunyip Dreaming.
Oh, yeah. Was he in Filthy Habits, too? I want to say
He has a Grom.
Yeah, he was pretty young back then.
One of the coolest styles, and it's pretty fitting that he's helping coach Caroline Marks. They do have a similar style. You know, the stance
Truly.
is pretty narrow, super powerful, goofy foots.
It helps out, too. I mean, when you have a similar style, you're able to break down things and analyze things a lot more concrete just because there's so many more similarities to somebody who has, you know, the most different style compared to you. And I think that's why a big breakdown for her has been an increase in her power and the use of the positioning of her board and the lip line, too.
You know, and she's kind of on a similar path as Gabriela, of course, known for how good her backhand is. Probably the best backhand on the championship tour. Just the way she's able to do those deep bottom turns straight up in the lip, machine-like, but still done with style. But she's proven time and time again that given an open-face left-hand wall, she's going to slice it to bits. So with 17:50 to go, looks like a set's rolling through now. A beautiful afternoon here, 3:17 local time in Saquarema.
I'm knocking on wood. Look at how glassy it is right now.
Oh, it ain't changing, Mitch. We're deep into it today. Golden hours around the corner. I'm excited for the Cero post-show. It's going to be really cool highlights to watch.
Oh, yeah.
And here we go. Looking to be in that highlight reel. Caroline Marks whipping into a series of turns. Speeding down the line. Always going back to the power source.
Wow.
And then nails the finish. 4-turn combo for Caroline Marks. That was super impressive surfing.
Look at that small smirk on his face.
That's
He's
about
like,
as much as you're going to get from Luke Egan.
Not trying to break it out too much just because he knows he has so much. She has so much time and she's up against Gabby. But I think this is one of the best waves I've seen all event long right here. Big commitment to the opening turn. And I think that's the major difference that we've seen from Caroline in this season so far. She's risking things a lot more on the opening maneuver and a big finish right there. Great timing and excellent use of priority and wave selection as well. Really tight in the pocket the entire time. Brings it back all the way around. Once again, consecutive stuff and mechanically perfect too. I mean, always not only super poised, in the right position with their board, the right part of the wave too. What a finish right there from Marksy.
Yeah, I mean, just high level of technical prowess. Now we see Brian fading into this left, slicing through a series of turns. This wave growing down the line with the help of some backwash. And has to recover a little bit there, so that's going to take away from the flow element that the judges are looking for, but still a nice series of turns. Gabriella.
Well, once the score for Caroline drops, I feel like this might be a wave that Gabby's just going to have to forget about. I don't think it's going to be in her top 2 at the end of the heat. And still lots of time, though, Chris, 16 minutes, but I feel like now she truly needs to be on a quality wave out there.
Maybe it's time to be patient. There are plenty of opportunities knocking for both of these surfers. And plenty of time left with 15:30 on the clock as we wait for scores to come through. Felt like Caroline got the better of that exchange. Those 4 turns and a really exciting dynamic finish. Just seems like right now the way Caroline's surfing, she's hungry like the wolf.
You're able to bring one out, huh? So get a flow at the beginning of this wave, and then, as you said, just a bit disrupted at the end. Still good surfing. I just feel like with the last one at Caroline, I mean, there was just so much flow, a lot more connection right there from start to finish, and talk about major maneuvers right there. I feel like Blue's going to drop a pretty big number once it comes through. Does recover priority as well, speaking of marks. And both Mayhem team riders out there right now, so Surfboard Empire, CT Shaper rankings presented by Vea. Matt's got, you know, a tough one right here. Usually, a lot of his women tend to be big amount of power surfers when it comes to his rankings and how well he's done in the past. And Gabby did break her favorite step driver this morning, so unfortunate right there, Chris, but seems like this backup working just as good.
Yeah, it looks identical. 14:20 left. Surfers resetting themselves in the lineup. Gives us the chance to catch up with Raquel somewhere in the crowd.
Guys, I'm here at the VIP area, which is one of my favorite parts of the site. Why? Because we can get Dr. Peanut bars and alfajors. I really, really adore these for snacks. It's sugar-free, added protein, and they also have amazing flavors of peanut butter. It's really, really incredible. So they have a mini oven there. They can heat for you, and it's such an amazing, delicious snack.
We'll save some for us. I'm getting hungry just looking at it. Well, scores are coming through, and as expected, Caroline Marks gets the edge, 6.47. Brian comes through with a 5. So now Gabriella needs a 6.14 if she wants to get in that top spot. Your IC score line is as follows: 6.8, 6.3, 6.3, 6.2, 7. So a good variety of scores there, but at the end, it comes through as 6.47. So while we wait for these 2 incredible surfers to activate on their powers, we're going to take a quick break, but don't go anywhere. The culmination, quarterfinal heat number 3, will be right after these brief messages. Welcome back to the VIVO Rio Pro presented by Corona Cero. We are deep into the women's quarterfinals. In the water now, Caroline Marks and Gabriela Bryant. And up next, two surfing superstars. One representing Brazil, one representing the USA by way of San Clemente, California. We've got Luana Silva and Sawyer Lindblad about to enter the lineup. I love the pageantry. You know, when we enter the quarterfinals for both men and women, the show really starts to get bigger. Crowd seeing these two ripping surfers literally facing off on stage. How fun is this, Mitch?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome, and you see Lulu right there. She's been a finalist. That was last year. Same thing with Sawyer. She was defeated by Caitlin Simmers a few seasons ago, but Goofy regular matchup coming up right here. It's very similar to the one we have out there in the water. Two youngsters that have done very well at the junior, the QS, and of course now at the championship tour level too, Chris.
And that's got to give you an awesome feeling. I know, you know, you're going to be feeling nervous going on stage in front of a crowd this big, but how cool is it to give these two surfers, you know, that kind of introduction, that kind of respect. And,
their moment.
You know, they're stars, right? They deserve to have an entrance like that. You love to see it, and we're going to be seeing that for the rest of this competition, which is really cool. And that's another reason why there are so many fans on the beach. This is a rare opportunity for Brazilian surfing fans to be up close and personal with the best in the world. And the crowd is going wild for Luana Silva, their last hope in terms of having a Brazilian female champion.
Correct. She needed like about 3 or 4 security guards just to keep everybody at bay too. Just something that we see pretty much every day here at this event. So this is Marksy during the break. Doesn't go into her top 2, just a 3.5, a bit off timing right there with the second one. Recognizes that immediately and kicks out, but still in control of this heat. Gabby with priority needing just a low 6 at the moment, but good surfing so far. Everybody has a 6 in their scoreline at least, and 9 minutes to go. Golden hour, as you said. Waves are still looking very fun and consistent.
Yeah, and I like that, you know, Caroline set the pace early. Started off with 6.17, backed it up quick with a 6.57. And then on the wave after next, she backed it up again with a 6.47. So when you're throwing away 6s, you're doing something right. And Gabriela has been now trying to play catch up through the entirety of this heat. So here's your head-to-head matchups on the championship tour, 4-1. So Caroline with the edge there. Then the numbers get pretty even.
Unexpected though.
12.47 for Caroline, but remember, I mean, this is a world champion we're talking about. They faced together in 2 finals, once in El Salvador, once in Portugal.
And Caroline won both of those. So she's got numbers in the most important heats of these matchups. As of right now, still leading the heat, but this is matchup number 6. I think if you're Gabby Bryan, you just gotta throw all that away. But as you see, I think max heat score and max wave score really does matter. Those are pretty similar right there.
Yeah, Caroline did get the better of Gabriela in match 3 of last year's final 5 in Fiji. They both have great smiles too. I like those pictures.
Well, they're friendly on land, and then you get out of the water and you're like, I'm glad I'm not surfing against you right now.
Literally 2 of the nicest humans you'll ever meet, but you do not want to surf a heat against either one of these 2. They're so competitive, and they will make you earn it every single time. 7:43 left.
Very professional too. Both of them know how to do a great post heat, present themselves in certain ways, be great with the fans, which is something I think has a lot of value here in Brazil. People come out from all over the country to be able to see you, and the impact that it has outside of Brazil as well. It's a major event, of course, halfway through the season, Chris.
Yeah, and Gabriela, I mean, she showed improvement every single year on the championship tour to get to where she is now as one of the best in the world, a top title contender already here in 2026. She needs to do something pretty special here. Look for a 6.14, definitely in her wheelhouse. Now, gouging away down the line, Caroline Marks. 3rd turn. I mean, that is her bread and butter. You just, that clean line from beginning to end, it was like 3 perfect S turns, throwing a lot of spray, engaging her rails. This is really solid surfing here.
No downtime either, just straight from rail to rail, as you're saying. So this wave goes a bit flat towards the end, but I really approve of this strategy right here. You're in 2nd priority, you're still leading, you're looking to improve pretty much on something extremely similar to your best wave so far. So I think wave riding right here is just beneficial to you rather than being something that'll contradict what Gabby's going to be able to do if she catches another wave. So it won't improve, but still good surfing, and you're keeping up that consistency. The beach announcer's talking about you, puts and adds more pressure to your opponent.
Again, she set the pace early, and she's keeping it going. Comes through as a 5.77, but I love those slow motion moments that we see right there. It just shows how impeccable her technique is.
Yep.
You see like the back leg when she goes into the end of her turns, extending, pushing that tail, adding some extra flair, throwing spray. And we're gonna see more of it. So we take a look back at what's transpired so far. This is your GWM recap.
Very competitive heat so far. Caroline opens up with the 6.57 right here. Just some good surfing on rail and really great finishes on both of her top 2 rides. And Gabby, you know, she's fought back, has actually the high mark of the heat, the 6.9. Big difference on this wave right here has been the effort and the power that you put into that second maneuver, especially Chris. Sliding the fins, blows the tail out on the last one. So she had to come back for a moment, then is able to get a 5 afterwards. This is her backup that's counting as a score, but still in second place. Wave really just not cooperating as much towards the tail end of the wave, but well done. And then Marksy backs up the 6.57 with a 6.47 on this. A couple of judges agreed with me. They were in the high 6s, touching the 7 actually, and I thought this one, just the finish, was a bit cleaner, more explosive, still in first.
To me, that felt like just the perfect lowers style left.
Totally.
Caroline Marks
Short.
loves. And the end section, just it reminds me so much of what you would see on the average summer day at Lower Trestles and San Clemente, where when not on tour, it's probably while you're finding Caroline Marks surfing. So 4:30 to go. Brian needs a 6.14. And here comes Caroline. Just to remind Gabriella Bryan, who's got that yellow jersey on right now, that she's been here, she's done it before.
Correct.
And for Gabriella, I mean, coming down off having one of the best heats of her entire season, maybe of her entire career, it's got to be kind of hard, right? When you put on a show like that, put together a near perfect heat, and you got to kind of gather yourself and go right back out there and try to do something as spectacular again. I mean, that's tough. It's a good problem to have,
of course,
but
absolutely.
You know, Caroline's been scrappy throughout this contest, and she's been putting up some solid numbers.
If there's one thing we know, though, as athletes, and especially as exclusive the championship tour is, it is much more difficult to maintain a position of relevance than it is to, just get there. And I think for Gabby, you hit it right on the head earlier in this heat. She has improved every year, and she's been in title contention the last 3 years. She's been able to win events in different parts of the world. She's posted excellent scores pretty much everywhere. And I think the victory at Pipe gave her a huge benefit when it comes to confidence heading in to the back end of the year, knowing now that with the change of the format, that event counts for 1.5 times points too, 15,000 for the winner. So it's big for her. And I think right here in Brazil, if she's able to at least get into the semis, that would be major heading into the South Pacific lane, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, stat was pretty telling. She's made the quarterfinals in every single event so far in 2026. So she's done it again. But this could be a quarterfinal curse, because there's only 2 minutes and 43 seconds left, and Caroline has not let up. She's been relentless in this heat, and that's what you have to do when you're going up against a surfer as good as Gabriella. And just taking a look at this one, it's going to be a no-go for Brian. Marks does the same. It's a good idea. Wave didn't look great. 2:20 left.
That's a fun free surf wave, but probably not something that'll benefit one of the 6s in this heat.
Man, it's getting close. The Banco do Brazil 2-minute warning. I'm on pins and needles, Mitch. The suspense is killing me. Will Gabriella be able to find a wave to give her the opportunity to get a 6.14? That is well within her reach. That's one giant Gabriella Bryan turn. But she needs the wave.
Could be.
It looks pretty docile right now, but Saquarema has a way of focusing its energy in these last 2 minutes.
There are some sneaky rights every now and then. You tend to not see them as much during the high tide. They're out there, though. And if she sees the option, I think, she might be going to what you're saying. Just one major turn, make it explosive, undoubtable that you should be the one advancing out of this heat right here. Meanwhile, Marksy, you know that if there's a two-wave set, she's going to be on one of them.
You know who shows you where the rights are? The Penguins.
They out there again?
Ask Isabella.
Oh.
They showed Isabella the way, and she got the buzzer beater.
It was about this time of the day, too, yesterday.
Yep.
Oh, I see where you're going with this.
So 2 surfers have entered the lineup. These are not overlapping heats anymore, so we're in the quarterfinals. These are just surfer v surfer. So with 1 minute left, coming up next is going to be Luana Silva versus Sawyer Lindblad. Under a minute, and we got a set. Here we go. Could be buzzer beater time. Major set approaching with 45 seconds left. Gabriela has priority, so she has her pick of waves. Looks like she sees something brewing on the horizon. A slow paddle towards this one. I mean, for me, I'm sure for you, that looked like a really fun wave, but Gabriela has a much better head on her shoulders in terms of competition, knowing that wave wasn't going to provide a 614, but could this? Last look, 15 seconds left. That was, I mean, just a slip.
Look at Luke. You can't believe it. That is, yeah, missed chance. I think she didn't think it was going to stand up that much initially. Front angle, yeah, just slightly mistimes it. Too much weight on the front foot, and unfortunately goes down an unforced error that is going to cost her a chance to potentially get the score.
I mean, that was humanizing for sure, because that's happened to all of us.
More often than not, too.
When you see that happen to one of the world's best, I mean, it's baffling, but Caroline Marks, I mean, it all came down to the pace that she set early in that quarterfinal. Those 6s that she was laying out there had Gabriela chasing the scores throughout the entirety of that heat. So at the end of it, the yellow jersey's out, but Caroline Marks is in. The 13.04 total. Marksy's on a mission. Stay tuned. We have one more quarterfinal to go, and it's going to be a big one. Luana Silva versus Sawyer Lindblad. We'll be right back. Caroline Marks slashing her way to a semi-final here at the VIVO Rio Pro, presented by Cero. Masterful forehand surfing. Caroline, and that's just kind of what we come to expect. I mean, when Caroline and Gabriela were matched up together, it was really anyone's game, and especially with the roll that Gabriela was on, getting that massive heat total. But Caroline knows, you know, when she's on, it's going to be tough to beat.
Yeah. Last year's runner-up to the world title, former world champion, potential world champion right here.
Well, we'll see. Let's get right into it. Going beyond vertical, Luana Silva. That was huge. And, you know, even though she fell, I love it. I love that she's going for it straight off the buzzer.
Great idea.
It's going to be a one-point ride, but to me, it was a statement. Like, I'm out here. I'm going and getting involved in these waves.
Got to go big against Sable too, who's just been on fire. Good heat out there for our final one today, Chris. Lulu against Sawyer, Brazil versus the U.S. Goofy v regular.
Yeah, this has the makings of a classic. You can't say enough. Luana Silva, her trajectory over the past couple of years has been incredible. Definitely the most improved surfer, not only on the women's championship tour, I'd say just the entirety of the championship tour. She's gotten so much better year after year after year. This is the best we've seen of Luana Silva here in 2026. And you said it, and I agree. Title contender. But watch out, saw blade activated.
Woo. Looking good, bigger set wave right here. Beautiful drawn out carve right there by the surfer out of Southern California. Once more, right in the pocket as this wave fades out. Comes in as a 6, Chris, so good start to the heat for Lindblad. And already had a heat win earlier today, looking good right now. Another major thing too, we go from overlapping heats for the first 2 days into surfing your first non-overlapping heat too. Big adjustment right there. The time comes down just by 5 minutes, but your positioning is so much more different too. You can really look towards your coach if you need to be moving up and down the beach, you know, to a different peak potentially. But right now with the high tide, it seems like the major emphasis is on the left, the main peak out there.
And both these surfers rip lefts.
Oh yeah.
You know, for Sawyer, coming off of some really good clean surfing at Raglan, and she had to go to her backhand in El Salvador on some really big days, and she showed that she is tenacious and fearless. So I think her comfort level right now is going to be at an all-time high. 2024, she got a 2nd place finish here. So, you know, she's got to have some really good, fond memories of this break. This is her 4th quarterfinals appearance this season. Some solid stats there for Sawyer Lindblad.
Only 3 years on tour as well. So qualified when she was very young, still 17 when she was able to get to the point, and actually qualified right here in Saquarema at the CS level. Last year's runner-up too, so both of these women have experience being in the final and those big pressure moments in the spotlight, Chris.
Yeah, and they're, you know, the numbers tell us they're very evenly matched. You'd have to think that the fan base on the beach is giving a lot of attention and cheering very loud for Luana Silva.
No doubt.
But Sawyer Lindblad, she's about to gain some new fans with surfing like this. Beautiful carving cutback. Comes around the section, straight up into it. And can she ride out?
She was close.
Almost. That was dramatic. That was just a case of backwash coming at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, and Sawyer was close to putting Lulu in a combo right here too if she pulls that last turn. And, you know, within the first 6.5 minutes, that would have been major for her at this point too. So good attempt. Luana was just slightly out of position for this one. Sawyer said, why not take it? Big carve to start things off. And as you said, just try to time the backwash as well as she could. But once she came back down, just her boards weren't fully engaged with her board.
Look at that
Her
technique.
feet, excuse me.
She's got a really cool style.
Yeah, she does. Well, it's easy to get a good style when you grow up in San Clemente. You know, there's too many good surfers to not be able to replicate your own style based off of them.
There's a lot of good surfers in her own family. Brother Taj is CT level talent.
Yeah, father Mark competed back in the day too. Also a great surfer. But yeah, I mean, just her generation alone, Bella, you know, you have Katie, of course, and I think on the women's side especially, the age of qualification has gone down a lot. And there's just so much youth and talent and depth when it comes to the women that are, you know, making their way through the qualifying series right now, regionally, eventually to the Challenger, and now into the Championship Tour.
Yeah, and the depth of field we have in the women's draw is incredible in 2026. Everyone's just improved that much. You know, it used to be kind of like the big 5.
Right.
But now it's anyone at any time, including Luana Silva. Quick snap to start, deep bottom turn. Has to kind of redirect as the wave gets a little flat in front of her. But listen to that beach. I mean, they're going off right now, cheering for Luana. The judges will not be affected by that sound, but Luana could be. I mean, that's going to give her some confidence and momentum.
I'm glad you bring that up because that was actually one thing that I picked up on the beach. It is so loud over there. and I looked up to them, and they are as calm and as stoic as possible. I mean, they're just looking towards the beach the entire time, towards the water, and they're like, yeah, you guys can make as much noise as you want, but we're still going to do our job as best as we can. This wave isn't bad, just really tapers off, a bit shouldered, but she did her job trying to get a score on the board right here, so anything that really helps in the 3s, 4s, just get your confidence going with plenty of time. First are not bad, a bit steeper on the outside, but then after this, wave just kind of fizzles out, goes fat. But going rail to rail, the Sharp Eye looks really good. I know Yufu, her team manager for Sharp Eye Surfboards, been doing a lot of work with her and Leandro, so putting in the hard yards right here, Chris.
Yeah, a good start, 4.33. So you're sitting on a 6-point ride paired with a 2.67, so slight lead. You know, and our judges, and this is a compliment, when they're on the job, they are as close to robots as humanly possible. And I say that because they don't buy into storylines, they don't buy into sentimentality, they don't buy into crowd noise.
You see colors.
They are watching the surfing in front of them, and I want to give them a lot of credit. These past 2 days, they've seen so many waves. I think yesterday we saw 358 waves ridden and scored. So that's why
a lot.
That's why they are the best in the business. And you know, I've been looking at the comments, I've been looking at socials. I haven't seen any complaints, and that's huge. I mean, they're doing an incredible job under serious duress with just so many waves coming at them. So full credit to our panel.
If you go down the rabbit hole, I'm pretty sure you'd be able to find a couple
Well, I
of
mean,
posts.
you can find whatever you want on the internet. We all know that. But I haven't seen any big cry is free moments.
That's why you can't go on Instagram anymore. It makes me laugh too much.
I have cry is free stickers made for Monday Mass.
Nice.
But I haven't pulled them out yet.
I got to get one for my board.
Yeah.
It's dinged. Cry truly is free because
Cry
of
is
that.
free for Mitch when he dings this board in El Salvador. 24:55 to go. So Lindblad out the back with priority. And while we wait for the next set to roll through, why not take a trip down to the glass? We got Manu with Caroline Marks.
Hello, my friends. I'm here again with Caroline Marks. And you know what, Caroline? One thing that I love about Saquarema is that if you stay a few days here, every time you look at the ocean, it's a little bit different. Now it's totally different from the beginning of the day. And it's kind of challenging. How did you manage to figure out what you had to do and win the hit? Congratulations.
For sure, yeah. This place definitely changes a lot with tides, and I know the swells, I think it's dropping, so, and the tide was coming up, and like going left right now, the sun's kind of in your face, so there's a few variables there, but you know, I guess that's a big part of our sport. You just adapt as you go, and I kind of knew that going out there. Like, the first heat was really slow, and the second he had a lot of waves, and I was kind of like, all right, we'll see what happens in my heat, and just trying to back myself in every decision I made, and I felt really confident, it was good to have that feeling out there, and I'm glad it worked out.
I always say that a good surfer has to adapt. Definitely you are a good surfer, and you always have to adapt to rest and be ready for your next heat. We're probably gonna have a few days to rest. What do you do here in Saquarema specifically? It's some açaí, feijoada.
Yeah, oh, the food's amazing here. I got my boyfriend over here, and he knows a bunch of spots around here, so maybe he'll be my tour guide the next few days, see what happens.
Okay, so get some rest. Good luck. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Manu. You know, these pros, they're just like us, Mitch.
Oh,
they like to be
course.
tourists. They like to enjoy the surroundings, and I agree with her. The food around here is incredible. It really is a test of
Of wills?
stamina and willpower.
Gain a few kilos every time we leave.
I mean, there's a few things I love. Meat is one of them, and we're surrounded by it.
It's so good, though. It's like there's something special about the one right here when you're in the country. It's like everything tastes a little bit better.
You know, Brazilian meat is my favorite. There you go. You asked a couple days ago, where in the world is my favorite meat? It's right here. It's on the corner, actually. Just
Yeah.
a couple blocks away, right here in Saquarema.
At our spot.
Churrasco spot, yep. So 22-28 to go. You know, once we start talking about food, things have slowed down in the lineup.
Yep.
But hopefully we don't have to mention cuisine anymore with the more waves coming through. Luana Silva sitting on a 4.33 and a 1. Definitely going to try to get rid of both of those waves. Lindblad, on the other hand, with a 6. A great start there. Team USA. Her backup scores a 2.67. Things are calm on the horizon for now with 21 minutes, 59 seconds left.
It is peaceful this afternoon out there.
Yeah, in the water, but not on the beach. You know that Strider has found the party. Strider, where you at?
Actually, it's my favorite time of day. We're down here on the beach, and if you look over my shoulder, all you see is the calm, the easy, the sunset. But then you realize, if you look around this here, you got the beach right here, and it's absolutely insane how many people are down here. I mean, the vibe is insane. Every time Luana catches a wave, the place goes crazy, and then when she comes by on the jet ski, it's nothing but celebrations. So hats off to the fans here in Brazil. Thank you very much. We love you guys, and well, it's just gonna continue to get better and better on finals day. Up and riding out the back, we got action.
Boom, just like that. We pick up where Sawyer Lindblad's slashing into the lip.
That was a sick combo right there at the end.
That's just Strider hype right there. He knew exactly what was going on. Yes, we are approaching golden hour. After this heat, it's going to be the Corona Cero post show. You're not going to want to miss it. We wrap everything up for you in a nice tidy bow. Enjoy a few Corona Ceros, but we're not there yet. Still business at hand. Nicely timed opening turn.
Dude, that carve was amazing too. She goes straight from the top turn into the carve afterwards. Just excellent timing and the poise that she needs to be able to have to complete that second one. That should improve by a decent margin on the 2.67. So good use of second priority being, you know, just underneath the positioning of Luana to get a better backup right here, Chris.
AI, show me a combination of major maneuvers. Oh, we just saw that with Sawyer Lindblad, and that is something the AI cannot ever replicate. Beautiful surfing like that, done with style and power, showing us a lot of finesse too with that opening snap. 20 minutes left here. All the time in the world for both these surfers to have at least a few more exchanges. The waves have slowed down a little bit, but we've seen it time and time again as we near the afternoon. A lot of times we'll see a pulse, you know, the last remnants of this first swell of our contest window appearing before the sun goes down. And how cool is it that pretty much all of these fans have been here since sunrise, and they're locked in. You know, I like that they're cheering for great surfing, not just the flag on the shoulder of the jersey. Luana unstuck on her last turn there.
She was on her way to a score too. The first two carves were well done. Just overdoes it a little bit right there at the end. Mistimes the backwash, Chris.
Well, there's got to be some pressure involved when you hear that much noise coming from the beach. I know they're all
100%.
trying to help, but you know, it's got to get in your mind a little bit. You want to show up for them, right? You know, you're not only doing it for yourself, your family, your sponsors, and all that, but you're doing it for this crowd on the beach.
Right.
So you got to be feeling it sometimes.
You're a performer, and this one comes in as a 3.33, so won't be improving on her best score right here, and really, you know, they've been putting a lot of emphasis on you being on something much more critical, especially when it comes to that finishing turn. We've really seen major impact with that maneuver right there. I think Carissa and Tia are perfect examples of that, just being able to get their board up into the lip line as vertically as possible. But you're right. I mean, for Luana, it is much more than just about herself. You're representing a country too right here.
Pretty even on the Banco do Brazil fan picks, 55% leaning towards Luana Silva.
Even Stevens.
A respectful 45% for Sawyer Lindblad. So two surfing superstars, I mean, faces of the future for sure. They're going to be on tour for a while. We know that.
Both former finalists as well at this location. Oh, the beach is just packed. Saturday afternoon, Chris. Beautiful day, day two. Not common that we run literally full days on the first 2 days of the waiting period too, so that's something very beneficial to us. We have a lot of time really to select the eyes out of the rest of the waiting period.
And 2 beautiful days too, just straight up
gorgeous
bronze-a-thon.
Yeah. Bit of everything for you here. Surfing, you got some great food, as you said, good sightseeing outside of the water as well. The church right over here, and of course I think the lakes and this whole region is something that a lot of people tend to explore on their down days. Of course, we got a Ferris wheel this year too.
Yeah, I mean, it's a carnival atmosphere. You know, this place really does have something for everyone. There's a great overview of the contest site. And you can kind of see the wedges that come through here, even on small days. This place is super fun.
Oh yeah.
You know, you can get out there on a fish, longboard, whatever board, body surf. It's going to be beautiful. You see how clear the water is. This place is really great for spearfishing. We saw in some of the pieces that we've been watching. Lucas Fink was in here earlier, one of the world's greatest skimboarders. So many good shore breaks around here as well. Just around the corner, a really great skim spot.
And a couple really good surfing shore breaks too that I saw a few videos of yesterday. Can't mention the names because, you know, they got it pretty dialed right down here for the locals, but...
Can you tell me later, though?
I will. Yeah, we might be able to go there over the course of the next few days, too, if it's fun enough.
Yeah, we just got to find the right person.
Exactly.
Luana Silva, representing Brazil, looking for a 6.14. Ooh, that's kind of eerie. That's the exact same score that Gabriela was looking for. Halfway, basically, we're a full half of the quarterfinal before.
Yeah, and Lulu did have a buzzer beater in her last round, so she knows how to be able to handle that pressure in the biggest moments. And for Sawyer right here, does improve on her backup, right, Chris? So 4.47, that's major at this moment right now with 16 minutes. And the biggest thing for her now, how to use priority in both a defensive and being able to increase your lead as well. So big moment for Sawyer right here. If she gets another 6 on the board, it's going to be very difficult for Luana to make a comeback.
We got 15:50 left to go here in quarterfinal, heat number 4. But we're going to take a quick break. We will be back with the culmination. We're trying to find a semifinalist. Stick around. Well, one thing I love more than nightlife is wildlife. Check out this shot of a beautiful flying manta ray. Just as we were saying, Saquarema has something for everybody. There you go, Mitch. A beautiful sea creature flying wonderfully under the water. That gave me a good feeling in my soul. 13:35 to go. Back to business. Sawyer Limblad, owner of the best nickname in surfing. We'll talk about Sawblade. She's in the lead 4 now. Luana Silva still looking for a 6.14. So as we reach golden hour, let's check in one more time with Strider Wasilewski.
Thanks, guys. We're down here on the beach, the VIVO Rio Pro going mental. People everywhere. Everybody's enjoying the afternoon as the sun is about to set. And guess what? If you get thirsty, you can just walk right over here to the Corona bar and we can find ourselves a couple of beers. I'm going to get a Corona Cero, please, because I'm still on the job right now. So I'm, got to keep it clean, which you do with the Corona Cero. But you know what? The Corona Cero post show is coming up too. Everybody down here is going to watch it on the big screen. I'm going to be checking it out. Don't miss all the upsets because there were a lot of them to get unpacked down here. The show's going to be good, and we got hot action to show you after the event's over. So don't go anywhere because we're not done yet. Let's go. Corona Cero.
Thank you, Strider. He's got a point there. I mean, anytime's a good time for a Corona Cero. And that post show is going to be awesome. Can't wait. That's coming up in about 12 and a half minutes. Hosted by the one and only Kaipo Guerrero.
The great.
The one and only Kaipo Guerrero. No, he is also great. You're right. Kaipo's been on fire today. The whole crew has. I mean, I love the insights we're getting from everybody with their own unique styles.
Leandro right there trying to position Luana.
I mean, he's not thinking about happy hour right now.
He's
all business.
He's on the clock right now, and he's done an excellent job so far this season, helping Italo to a couple of finals so far. Italo had a pretty major loss earlier today against Kali Voss, but as of right now with Luana Silva, working with her, only needs a low 6 at the moment. And I just want to touch on this conversation right now because I feel like the last few years, especially with the dominance that we saw from Riss with Tyler, and of course I think Stephanie Gilmore being involved, we've seen a lot of the youth really rise to the occasion and become world champs. One that could potentially be a future world champ this year.
Great combo there. Big turn out the back, adds a series of cutbacks, gets a clean finish. Solid surfing there for Sawyer Lindblad. She's sitting on a 6 and a 4.47. She might have improved there. Meanwhile, Luana out the back, now in priority, needing a 6.14. What do you think Leandro's thinking right now?
Get me a wave and get it to me soon. Pretty simple for Luana right there. She's got 11 minutes to try to, flip this heat around, but Sawyer's been doing well. She did a paddle for a wave, lost priority, then had to get this one as a makeup for that. So well done, looking to improve on the 4.47 for Lindblad. Great opening turn right there, backs it up with the carve, and then fitting in one more towards the tail end of the wave too with the 2-for-1 combo. So good exchange. I mean, when you talk of her just being on the better wave so far, I think being under priority has been a major benefit for her, especially in this part of the heat. And just carving her way through a lot of these whitewater sections. Good amount of froth on the inside right there, holds it well. But the backwash on the outside, she times it, gets the tail on the outside, blows the fins out, and big combo for the best score of the heat so far, Chris.
Yeah, that was one of those instances where the backwash actually made the turn a
Cooler.
little bit more dynamic, right? Helped elevate the spray.
Totally.
Added some punch to that turn, which is already a pretty good turn.
And look at the requirement increase now.
Yeah, judges agreed. 6.83. That puts Luana in a difficult situation. Now needing an 8.50. Team's looking a little stressed.
Mm-hmm. And, for the North American region, I think Courtney was always the person that they always looked up to, knowing that she won a lot of major events. She was a big inspiration for this youth that we have right now on the championship tour on the women's side. Sawyer, Katie, Caroline, of course. But there's been a big shift when it comes to all that right here in Brazil, too. We've been seeing that development with Tati, with Luana, a couple other surfers now coming up through the regional rankings, too. And I think a big part is because of the emphasis that they've really had with the coaching. And with Luana's success so far, there's a young group of girls that is coming up through the rankings right now. And I feel in 3 or 4 years is going to make a huge impact on the tour, open up things a lot more for them, and really similar to what we've seen in both Australia and the U.S., Chris.
Yeah, I mean, it's, it's the coach era. I don't think we saw coaches, very much back in the day, maybe a handful here and there. I think Ken Bradshaw is the name that I've heard brought up as like one of the early surf coaches.
And only at certain locations, though, right?
Yeah.
He didn't really travel most of the world, I felt. But, for the most part, that's something that's really become a staple on tour right now.
I mean, ask Samuel Pupo about it. He cites his coach, Matt Myers, as a huge reason why he's been so vastly improved over the past few seasons.
Yeah. He's on his way to a W soon. The way he looked today, golly, watch out.
This is why I'm excited about the post show today. And we get to kind of see everything in a nice tight package. We get to see Iago Dora's highlight reel.
Yeah, 8.5, best wave of the event so far on the men's side.
And even though Gabriella's out of the contest, it's going to be fun to rewatch what she did earlier today.
Yeah.
So here's your GWM recap. It's been all about the saw blade.
Yeah, this literally right off of the gates too, out of the gates, excuse me, 6-point rod for Sawyer. So held this as her high mark for the majority of the heat. Good combo on the open face. And Lulu's fought back, 4.33 as her personal best so far. The big turn on the outside of the rest wave just kind of goes a little bit flat, but does very well just to keep those rails engaged the entire time. So judges really appreciate that. Unfortunately, the wave never really offered up anything super critical after the first section. And then Sawyer under priority, paddles for a wave, just gets an over, and all of a sudden this wave doubles up on the inside, gets the first big blast, grabs it back, and got A beautiful combo here on the inside, brings it down and fits in one more for the 6.83. So in control at the moment of quarterfinal number 4 is Sawyer Lindblad.
Yeah, that was cool. You know, she did get lucky in that first turn, but then she capitalized on it. And she's about to do it again. Nice snap to start. And that's kind of becoming the trademark Sawyer Lindblad slash. And I like it. I would love to be able to do a turn like that. That's why it's so fun to study the technique of the world's best. We can all get better at surfing if we just watch closely, as we see now. Luana Silva fighting back. Third turn. And she's making this a heat. That is the exact wave she's been waiting for the better part of the last 10 minutes. Was it an 8.50?
But she made it count. Regardless if it's the 8.5 or not, that's going to be by far her best wave.
Yeah, and she still has time left. And this is just really clean, solid surfing for Luana Silva.
Raw power on the backhand, always in the pocket, into the lip a couple of times, and what a big finish right there. She needed that at this point of the heat too, just under 6 minutes. So that is a big answer right here, needing an excellent score, and regardless if she gets it or not, she's going to make things a lot better for her. And then Sawyer looking to improve on a 6. Don't know about that, but the first turn very strong, brings it back, a lot of froth, and then, you know, just last section wasn't as critical, but still very well done by Lindblad. She's trying.
I like how she banked off the whitewater on that first turn. That was super cool looking. 5 minutes, 23 seconds left.
So slight improvement.
6.03 for Sawyer. Now this is going to be a very important score for Luana Silva. She's wearing her lucky baby blue outfit. So surfers are very superstitious. She said it in El Salvador. I can't quite remember who noticed it, but they said, is this your same outfit as, yeah, I think that was Strider.
I've never been like that.
He's very into fashion, so.
I've never been like that with a certain, you know, piece of.
You don't have a pair of Lucky Trunks?
No, but boards I did.
Okay.
There was like always specific boards where I'd be like, okay, this one I know.
What about a shirt that you go out in that gets you?
Well, that's different. That's different. I mean, you know, you gotta look good, feel good, you know.
All right, so let's take one more look. This is serious surfing here from Luana Silva.
So looking for the 8.5. Big finish right here, and that's going to be the big difference on this wave in comparison to the 6s that we've seen so far, Chris. Yeah. Leandro loves it.
And she doesn't need to get it all in one bite.
Correct. And it seems like he was really asking for the ski right there, too. Lulu, you saw her wave her hand as well when she was in the water. Yep, that's what was happening. She was like, where are you guys at? I need to get picked up, and soon. So losing valuable time right there.
She's right back in the mix.
It's a big score.
4 minutes left. Huge number dropping now, 7.93. So guess what? Luana Silva right back into it, now needing a 4.93, a much more digestible score. She's in second priority. And she's going to sell this wave to Sawyer. We'll see if Sawyer can capitalize it. Closes out in front of her, so only room for 2 turns.
Good move by Luana, though.
Yeah, that was smart surfing from Luana Silva. So 3.5 minutes left. That means Luana's out the back with priority. Huge couple of minutes left in this quarterfinal heat.
Yeah. And I'd even argue, even if Luana has the better wave out of the 2 surfers right now, pressure's still on her, considering that she's the one that's needing the score close to a 5. This shouldn't improve. The down carve into the lip line hit, still well timed right there at the end for Sawyer. That comes up short though, so a 3.7, 3 minutes right here, Chris. Lulu's back in the mix.
I mean, a 4.93 is not going to be easy, but she's just built some momentum. I mean, getting her biggest score of this heat, the biggest single wave score of this quarterfinal heat.
You think they're nervous?
I would not want to be standing next to Leandro right now.
Yeah, we
just feel that energy coming off of him.
We did see even Mr. Brazil right there too, our good friend, Pedro.
He's on the case. 2.5 minutes left. Will a wave come through in time for Luana to show us what she's got? She needs a 4.93. That could be one massive turn. It could be a series of turns.
About to get to that. I mean, it's one turn, really. When you think about it, you get the right section on the outside, That's what it's about.
But you can't make it close. You can't leave it in the hands of the judges. You got to make it abundantly clear.
Unanimous. It
that
has
you
to
went
be
above and
unanimous.
beyond.
Yeah.
2 minutes now.
Did have a buzzer beater in the last round, though.
Uh-oh, Banco do Brazil, 2-minute warning time. And if Leandro, her coach's eyeballs could shoot lasers, they'd be doing that right now.
He's so cool, too, that it's not normal to see him in this position.
1.5 minutes left. Luana scanning the horizon for something to come through.
She just needs a wave.
Ooh.
And Sawyer right here has to push her to go on the one that looks like it's going to be a closeout. I mean, anything that you can sell her on that doesn't look like it has the scoring opportunity on it, you got to force either her to switch priority or go on a wave.
I feel like I'm trapped in a glass case of emotions. Stressed out, Mitch. 1 minute left. Can Luana do it? Or did the saw blade fight her way through this quarterfinal?
Couple lines, Chris. Will they get here in time, though?
58 seconds left. The countdown is on. It's the final countdown, if you will, for the quarterfinals. And here we go. Luana's having a look. And the wave looked like it was about to perk up, but then it just disappeared. 40 seconds left.
Was looking right there, too. That had a little potential on the right, on the inside.
Oh, no.
At this point, I would have gunned it to the beach. Just look for anything that breaks.
24 seconds. Luana knows. Quick look at the watch. 15 seconds left now.
This is going to be major for Sawyer right here.
I mean, and you know, it was very clear. She, again, set the pace midway through this heat, dropping a 6.83. Backed it up with a 6.03. 4 seconds left. Is this wave going to come in time? The countdown's on. 3, 2, 1.
After.
It's over. Sawyer Lindblad gets the win and finds herself surfing into the semifinals here at the VIVO Rio Pro, presented by Cero. This is a victory lap for this goofy footer out of San Clemente, California, and well done.
Yeah, did her job.
Started strong with a 6-point ride.
Threw that
she
away.
Just kept pushing.
Yeah, no, that board looks amazing too, but really did her work right before she paddled out. Excellent job. Lulu gets a quarterfinal finish. It's not bad, but she wanted to go all the way right here at home in front of her friends and family. But Sawyer Lindblad once again looking for another final finish and potentially her first victory later on at this event, Chris.
The storylines are just writing themselves. We're in for an epic finals day, and we're in for an epic Cero post-show. And I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to watch this thing in real time, enjoying the Cero myself. Mitch, would you like one?
Of course.
First one's on me.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Well, congrats to Sawyer Lindblad. 12.86 heat total. That's enough to get her into the semifinals. Luana put up a valiant effort and made it close. 12.26. I mean, right there. Her highest scoring wave, that 7.93, showed us some beautiful surfing, but it just wasn't quite enough. So Luana's going to come into an adoring fan base. She is a national hero, a global surfing superstar, and still a top contender for a title here in 2026.
Absolutely, former world junior champion. Has a lot more to give. She's still looking for her first victory as a surfer on the championship tour as well. I mean, the weight of the nation on your shoulders, you know, it's big expectations right here for Lulu. She's got a lot more to give.
Yeah, she surfed her heart out and can't wait to see what she does next. But with that, we're going to take a quick break, but we know you're not going anywhere. The stars are all here. It's time for the Cero post-show.
That's right. It's the Corona Cero post-show, day 2 of competition at the VIVO Rio Pro, presented by All Natural, 100% natural, 0 APV Corona Cero. The Achinas are out. The beach is packed. Finals day are set. Excellent scores went down. What more do you want? We're going to deliver you the highlights of today, day 2 of competition. Another beautiful afternoon here in Saquarema. Welcome to the set. I'm Kai Paguero, Maida Pops, and Jesse Mendez joining me, as well as a cold Corona Cero. Enjoy it, you guys.
Cheers.
Cheers. Great day.
Cheers.
Great day. Wonderful day. All right, you guys. So we had so much action today. Another big day of heats.
Oh, no.
Oh, don't worry about that, Jesse. We'll slurp that up. I'm going to start with you, Maida. Your highlight today. What were your thoughts on today?
Oh my God, it was an awesome day. I think Tia Zebrowski, she's really smashed everything, like winning against Lakey Peterson and later against Carissa Moore. So many world titles she defeated.
Yeah. I'm going to get to you, Jesse. But first, let's hear from our semi-finalist, Sawyer Lindblad. Took out Luana Silva to earn her way into semi-final number 2. She's with Manu.
That was a big win, Kaipo, and the sunset is really beautiful. It's gorgeous right now in Saquarema, but it's not as gorgeous inside the water. I was talking to Sawyer that when you are out there in conditions like this, your psychological preparation means a lot. Against Luana Silva in Brazil, the waves were kind of slow, the sun on your face. So how did you manage your emotion and your brain out there to win this tough heat? Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, it looked really fun on the beach, and I was super excited to get out there. And then immediately when I paddled out, I was like, oh my gosh, the glare is so bad right now for the lefts. So before the heat, I kind of just started getting my eyes ready for it. I just started staring into the glare, which is probably horrible for my eyes, but I was just trying to prepare myself. And then, of course, on the waves, it was definitely a challenge, but I kind of just blindly was going through my waves. But yeah, I'm happy I made it through.
And guys, we're trying to figure out what is going to happen right now in the sky. And we were talking that every time we come to Saquarema, there is something different. So what do you think about this event, you that are all over the world?
Yeah, this event is probably one of the biggest events of the year, just crowd-wise and just so much going on. It's really exciting. I am always so excited to come to this event because of the atmosphere.
Thank you very much. Congratulations. Get some rest and see you soon. Back to you guys. Have a great night and end of the day. Good job.
Well, Sawyer Lindblad has been tearing through heats this year on the championship tour. Another finals day for the San Clemente Surfer. Good stuff. I didn't get to you, Jesse. What's your thoughts on today?
I mean, it was an incredible day for surfing. As far as wave quality, it was pretty decent for the size of it, as good as it gets. I talked to Steph, I talked to Leo. They said it was the best day they ever surfed here in Saquarema. Consistency, waves for everyone, very clean. And performance, I got to go to Nadia. Obviously, she squeezed through that first heat, but the second one, man, she went to town. That board looked great. She was sure-footed. Surfed insane. I didn't even do her heat, but I was watching it live, and she looked great.
Yeah, I think you should also say your wife ripped this morning.
She did rip. Okay. Yes, she did. Well, I gotta make myself good. Look good going back home.
Yes, yes, Tatiana, we're very proud of you. Looking forward to seeing you over at 2027 full time on the World Tour. Well, let's look at. We had that Sawyer Lindblad interview. Let's look back at this heat. Luana Silva, a crowd favorite, Maida, coming up against Sawyer Lindblad, but it was a San Clemente surfer that came out on top.
Yeah, Sawyer was very on point right there, surfing pretty well, big cracks, and got two really good waves right in the beginning. And then Lulu had to make a comeback, and she did, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah, too little too late for Luana Silva. Sawyer Lindblad, 6.83 opener, followed up with a backup of a 6-point ride, Jesse. And Sawyer's been surfing so well this year.
I know, I love those down carves. You don't get to see them so much because they're not as aggressive. So surfers are looking at points, and they're kind of underrated sometimes. And she did that very well in this heat. Lulu backed up, just like you said, a little too late. And unfortunately, she couldn't get a backup of a 4.93 with 3 minutes left. She had priority. Nothing really came her way, and that's what happened.
Silva will walk away from here with an equal fifth. That's a decent result. Sawyer Lindblad, she's going to prep for finals day. Here we go with the numbers. We talked about the 6.83 and 6-point ride. 7.93 was the comeback wave for Luana Silva, coming in just a little bit short.
Just a little bit, and might be a very tough loss for her because losing with the best wave of the heat is always tough.
That is always a tough one. We'll take a look at what we have left in the bracket. For our women, we have the semifinals set up. Look at semifinal number 1. 2 rookies coming up against each other for a finals appearance.
I mean, if you talk about opportunity, right? When are you going to have a chance to get in a semifinal, 2 rookies? So for them, both of them don't really have experience. Besides Nadia, she got 3rd before already this year, but they're not the big dogs. So it's a great opportunity ahead of them to take advantage of.
Semifinal number 2, 2 goofy foots and a guaranteed spot in the final for Lost Mayhem Surfboards, Caroline Marks and Sawyer Lindblad.
Yeah, Sawyer Lindblad made finals here in 2023. I think this matchup is going to be a good one. Both very powerful surfers. It will be interesting to watch.
Yeah, I agree. On the men's side of competition, we had an incredible heat with 2 Olympic gold medalists going head-to-head out here. Italo Ferreira and Kaoli Voss put on a show, and let's take a look at that action here. The walkouts always first to the water, Italo Ferreira, but first to a score, Jesse, was Kaoli Voss.
I mean, it was that pristine time where the sun is right above us and the water gets crystal clear. He was just going to town. Italo had some glimpse of excellence, but just not enough. Couldn't get the waves that provided him enough scoring potential.
Yeah, he put in a lot of effort, Italo Ferreira. 12 waves ridden, but couldn't match the wave selection and the power, Maida, of Kaoli Voss. That was the 7-point ride for Voss.
Yeah, this wave was the first wave that Kaoli rode, and the 7-point really gave him a lot of confidence for the rest of the heat and putting a lot of pressure on Italo.
7.17, 7-point ride. Kaoli Voss, this guy.
That's some good surfing.
I love to see that. Yet another rookie onto finals day. Manuya Kaoli Voss. Oh.
No.
Let's look at the numbers here. We're talking about the 7-point opener and then back it up with a 7.17. 14.17 was enough for the French Polynesian to make his way into the quarterfinals.
I mean, this is a big one for him. He's needing that to build that confidence into the rest of the year, which he's coming into very good waves that suits his surfing.
Take a look at our men's bracket as we look forward to finals day. Hey, we got a couple of Pupo brothers to start and to end the quarterfinals, and look at that matchup, Maida. Kaoli Voss coming up against a former runner-up out here, Ethan Ewing. That's going to be a great one to watch.
Yeah, for sure. Both of them been ripping the whole event, and also Iago Dora with Miguel Pupo, 2 Brazilians right there. The crowd's going to go nuts.
The crowd's going to go nuts also for quarterfinal number 2, where the hometown hero, Chumbinho, João Chianca, is coming up against Morgan Sibley.
Pretty even match as well. Like, both of them very aggressive and fast on their backhand. I don't know if it's going to be lefts or rights. We're still, yet to figure that one out, but it's going to be a great one to watch.
Yeah, that is a great one to watch. We're down to just 10 heats of competition right now, so we're going to have a chance going forward to really find the optimum window to run those 10 heats and to have our finals day. But we had some fireworks today, and I always, I like to feel the power of freshness,
Yeah, sure.
And with that brings us to the natural kayak wave of the day. And who could the wave of the day be, Jesse? I wonder. Well, it could be an excellent score from Gabriela Bryant, an 8.83.
I mean, no one better to do that. That was a beautiful wave from Gabby. Just solid surfing, no downtime. Exactly knew what she was going to do as soon as she took off on that wave. And that closeout, I remember being right by Betty Lou Sakura Johnson. She was baffled on how she landed that. It was very tricky. She had to go down the line. She was a bit late, but somehow managed to do the lip line and finish it off strong. Beautiful surfing for Gabby.
Yeah, great surfing, defeating Sally Fitzgibbons in that round 2 of the women to set up Gabby into the quarterfinals. Unfortunately, falling short, but that was a power move by Gabriela Bryant. Well, you guys, we love grommets. We take care of grommets as our surf culture. And at the World Surf League, we take care of the grommets as well. That's why at every event, we do a rising tide to inspire the next generation. Let's take a look at Brazil's version of those rising tides.
We're about to start the Rising Tides here in Brazil. It's super fun. There's so many girls and I'm really excited to meet them all. It's kind of pumping out there and we might not get to surf, but we're going to give the girls a full access tour.
Here in Brazil, it's always pretty hectic. The community really vibes with the surfing, and it's amazing. So many kids. I'm super impressed.
I've seen some of these kids before on the previous years, and just to see them grow and just become more dedicated and just psyched on surfing. I'm really stoked on this is the future of Brazil. Hopefully one day they're here taking our spots.
To surf with them every day, it's pretty funny. They're always like, oh, I saw your wave, you're ripping. Like, I got you in my fantasy and stuff, so it's pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, it's so nice to give back and try to inspire them in some way, you know.
I think it's a great initiative to be a part of, and being a grom on that side and coming back and being a CT surf on this side. It's yeah, it's super special.
My favorite maneuver is probably any type of air. It's just so special for me because I was them like not too long ago. So to be like a full circle is insane, and now I get to do the board giveaway. That's like probably something I've been looking forward to for a long time. You get your own custom Lost surfboard. I hope you rip on it and have so much fun and just continue to inspire the next generation.
Yeah, the Rising Tides. That was a great event, and special thanks to IC for their support of the Rising Tides. Back on the set here, and we talked about it, 10 more heats. We've ran 2 monster days right at the beginning of this contest window. That gives us the luxury of really shopping the Atlantic Ocean for the best day to finish off the VIVO Rio Pro. Let's take a look, Jesse, at our Surfline forecast and maybe start to make some plans on when we are going to have those finals.
I mean, those 2 days are blessed. Like, sun in the sky, waves are firing offshores all day, which is not common most places, including here. So it was very nice. Now we're getting the little short end of it. Still a south swell tomorrow. It's going to drop a bit more. I don't know what's going to happen, but it looks like we're going to have some southwest winds coming throughout the day. So not ideal for here. You want the northeast like today, or even a little bit of east is not that bad. As we see it right there, you see the cross on shore going into the onshore in the afternoon. Much smaller, and then offshore again the next day on Monday, 3 to 5 foot faces. Swell is actually kind of ideal from the south that day, and then we have a few weird days once again with onshore creeping in, and then kind of maybe some waves starting to approach to the end of the holding period.
Yeah, either a Friday, Saturday, but we're going to keep an eye on Monday as that develops. So we're going to continue to keep an eye and to keep all of that data. Thank you for Surfline for giving us all that information. Well, time to call the doctor. Dr. Peanut with the top 5 moments of today, Maida, and we had some pretty big moments. Starting at number 5, we got brothers in arms. The Pupo brothers both advanced into the quarterfinals.
Yeah, Samuel Pupo really found his pace right there, surfing really strong, hitting the leap, and with a lot of flow, as he normally does here in Saquarema, and defeated Jack Robinson.
Yeah, that was great surfing. So aggressive, so sharp, cuts the water like no one else. Second to none in that aspect and the fundamentals, and his brother even better, just a little bit older, so more mature. Why not? Miggy finding great waves, applying pressure when he needed to, kept building the scores. When Callum seems to be catching up to him, he was on a wave behind, even a little bit better. So smart surfing, aggressive, stylish, and took the win.
Number 4, our 2023 VIVO Rio Pro champ is still in form here at Itona. Big heat total for Iago Dora, 15.2 wave total, Maida.
Yeah, an 8.5 ride. Look how beautiful this wave was. engaging his rail and carving, throwing buckets, everything that he has on as tools he put on this heat right there.
You can't keep Iago down, looking in form. The 2025 world champ. Number 3, off the momentum of a win in El Salvador, Fioravanti continues to assault the waves. 16.5 two-heat total for the Italian, Jesse.
Man, realistically speaking, I'm yet to see one mistake he's committed since his first heat in El Salvador. The guy's been in 10 days, can't put 1 foot wrong in the surfboard. Look at those turns, so aggressive, very dynamic, but he got the power as well, so it's the perfect combination.
Number 2, the rookie, the teenager, defeats Lakey Peterson, Carissa Moore. That's right, Tia Zabrowski's on to the women's semifinals.
Yeah, and with this one turn, she got a really good score and surfing pretty gnarly on her backhand. Beautiful lines, smashing the leap, and really well timed that one. She really managed all the bounce of the wave.
Oh, man.
Boys are stoked.
Yeah, they are. And a gracious Carissa Moore greeting the next generation. Look out, number 1, Gabby Bryant. Giant wave, two-wave total, 17.33.
It's the Gabby force. Are you kidding me? So much power and nothing can buckle her off the board. And just wave selection was on point. It was right before Tati's heat, so I actually watched that heat with paying close attention to it. Beautiful surfing, on time, and those closeout maneuvers just so aggressive. Good effort for Gabby.
Oh man, she is looking in form. Gabriella Bryant, number 1 spot on the Dr. Peanut top 5. Well, it's a beautiful afternoon here, and we want to enjoy that afternoon. Thank you for watching the Corona Cero Post Show, and thank you to Cheers.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah, remember, it's, tomorrow we're going to make the call at 8 a.m. local time for a possible 8:30 start. Enjoy the day and highlights, and I'm going to enjoy this Corona Cero. See you later. Aloha.
Yeah.
This copyrighted event broadcast is produced by the World Surf League for broadcast around the world and may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the written consent of the World Surf League.